There was a tiny Asian woman screaming in the street today, and she was screaming at a person that she obviously hates. She was so loud we heard the screaming with our windows all rolled up, and we looked down on the street to see who she was screaming at. But there was no one on the sidewalk, so we all looked back at her, and we saw in her homeless hands she had a 1960s mirror, a pretty plastic girly one framed in a purple case. She was screaming at herself, and she was spitting at her face. And we were scared and we were shaken, waiting at the intersection, looking at each other's faces, each one a shocked reflection. We laugh with nervous laughter at the crazies in the street, but it's only 'cause we know it's how we kind of want to be. And there's a fraction of a brain cell chain that makes us what we are. One false move, you're in the mirror, someone's laughing from the car. Half a dozen times, and that she has a bunch of mirrors, she has lots of different kinds. And I wondered what she'd shouted, and I wondered what she'd done. And the light turned green and someone said we ought to put her in a song. I feel sorry for that woman as she stormed off in the day, with a bitter frozen enemy who will never go away. So many of us hate ourselves but never shout in rage. We never get to hold a mirror, we never turn the page. And I'm lucky I've got people who will hold me in the night. And I'm lucky that you love me, and I'm glad we never fight. And I'm lucky that I like myself, but late at night I doubt. So I'm scared to look at mirrors, just in case I start to shout.
Hello, I am the Ronan Born, and welcome to a twitch.tv/RonanBorn live stream on twitch.tv/RonanBorn. I haven't seen myself in the mirror, or the green screen, or the OBS today, so I'm just having a look. Yeah, that's okay. Death warmed over. Good, just as it should be. Why there are no chat overlay. Good. Things immediately going well. It's Chrome and Web's Twitch overlay. You, sir. Refresh cache. Oh, because Noah's been working on it. No? That would be on my end with my connection with Twitch would be the chat coming through. And we see that the overlay works when I restart it there, and, if we pull some wisdom comes up, but no chat. So, apparently my overlay is not connected, which happens sometimes. Oh, but it happens sometimes with Twitch. They like to throw away my credentials, is what they like to throw away on me. To the point where I've got at the bottom of my code just a little bit of a link put in so that I can regenerate tokens and things like that. No, I don't want to update the package for Notepad++. So welcome to the live stream, everybody. Who wants to do some debugging, sort of a thing? Right here, right now, on that window back there. Don't look too close. I don't need you to get my credentials and shit. You respond with "this site can't be reached," which is just normal. That's how it's supposed to be. And then I steal the access token from the page, and then we go back over to the Twitch overlay. I'm just guessing that this is what it is. That's preventing the chat from coming up. And first off, yeah, you're good. Back up to the top. And then I just find a little place in the script where the variable goes for the OAuth token, which is really not that easy to find, actually. And then I copy paste save, and we refresh the overlay, and if I know what I'm doing, then maybe, nothing. So apparently it's not that my credentials aren't coming through, it's just Twitch isn't working today. No Twitch chat. We should test, like, something. Who wants to throw money at my face to test it? Or subscribe, or, something involving money that goes through Twitch, though. That goes through Twitch. Do you want to test cream me? Test cream. This be working? Hey! That be working? That works. Chat on screen, not happening for some reason. So, cool. Twitch working fine on this end, says Noah Craw. They did just send down some notifications about, hey, we changed a whole bunch of stuff, so good luck with that. I didn't, I just presumed that things would continue working. Bad idea with Twitch. There's a bit of a cat op happening back here with the green screen right now. Yeah, yep. There you go. Get good and comfortable. He really did, too. I could see him as a lump in the green screen, just curling around and just leaning up against it. Yeah, there we go. I've wrecked everything that Pawn's trying to do. Thank you, Paws. Welcome to the live stream. So, what's been going on in your life? Because I've had a couple of days that have just been, like, really lazy days. It's been incredibly hot. I've been waking up in pain. You sleep wrong, it's bad sofa, bad bed, like everyone else sleeps on. It's just the bed doesn't work right. And you wake up, your back's sore, arm, something, your neck kind of thing. And then I wake up, and then the pain and the grogginess and it's chronic fatigue and everything like that, I'll have like a glass of water that I set next to myself, the night before. And, it's a promise, it's a guarantee on a day where I wake up feeling really bad. What I'll do is I'll go to grab that and just knock it over. And now, water all over the floor. Good, because I'm feeling like shit. And the fact that I feel like shit made it so that my hands are, god damn it, and I knock shit over and then I end up cleaning it up. And I'm just describing to you what it's going to be like when you're 70 years old. Which is how I am. That's my age at this point. Darth Angelus cheered 10, does the soup have croutons and what dressing is on the salad? And that didn't come through. It did not come through. Sumama. Pony's got a flat now. Flat what? Flat top? Flat crotch? What did you shave? What are you talking about? Pawn, what the F? You play RuneScape, says Bearsuit Lane? I used to. And I was thinking, what if we had a look at the state of RuneScape? It's only been so long that if I said it out loud, you'd know why I look like death warmed over. So it's been ages, and I was thinking, yeah, what if we went back to the RuneScape days? RuneScape Minecraft, as Noah said when he got here, what fucking year is it? What are we doing here? Is this 15 years ago? You're live streaming RuneScape and Minecraft? Flat as in an apartment. Oh, so you put an apartment in your pants. I mean, you flattened you've got a flat now, of course. But there are 3 bedrooms in your apartment. 3 bedrooms. Are there 3 people to fill those bedrooms? Or are you sectioning them off like one's for fun and one's for sleep, one's got the handcuffs? What's going on with you, Pony? Tell us. There's old school RuneScape now that probably looks like the RuneScape that you quit playing, says Bearsuit Lane, and I want to see the modern advancements of technology, because that's what I did with Minecraft. And before we RuneScape, we're actually going to play the latest build of Minecraft, because I have some things to show off to you. Rex Gates, one might be the sex dungeon, the fungeon, as we like to call it, where the fungeon happens. Pony's Dungeon. Oh, yes, I should really make a game called Pony's Dungeon just to codify that even more as part of Ronan Pawn lore, right? Let's get into Minecraft Vanilla. Vanilla Minecraft. And let me tell you, people, I'm actually, Shockle-doodle-doo. I'm shocked. Wait a second. Twitch overlay. Properties. What version of the Twitch overlay am I using? Build 25. Yeah, that's the one that I updated with the new credentials. It's just Twitch. So this is at RuneScape. Also, how rude to ask how I've been and not even read it. How have you been? Noah says oh is how Noah's been. He also says square meters as a response, and how big is it? So there, now we know how Noah's been. Wait, so then somebody else must have done a thing? Oh, it's coming in too fast now. Who did Pony Ice Cream? Pawn, please make Pony's Dungeon a real game. Pony's Dungeon. It's where we all go, and the memories, PTSD. Pony's Dungeon. We'll do it. Well, do you even remember your username and password for RuneScape? You may have to recover your account. Nah, I don't want to go back to. I've already done. I've been there. I got the mithril this and the adamantite that and the hoobadabadeedle of the other thing. No, I'd want to see it from scratch, from starts, from beginnings. But first, the game's already... Oh, I already clicked the button. The game's already running. Let's see how modern Minecraft performs in full screen mode. Because we had some problems with Might, but Might is version 1.6.4, you know, from a similar era when RuneScape was a thing people were doing. So this is the new modern one. Surely OBS and Minecraft integrate beautifully because, I mean, how many people play Minecraft on Twitch using OBS, right? So there's not going to be any of that glitchy, laggy weirdness, and I'm not going to have to do crazy things like change the Java commands that go through as it starts in order to create a borderless full screen window. I'm not going to have to do any of that because it's modern. No, I was going to say, actually, that I'm quite impressed at the state of modern Minecraft. There are many, many improvements since the last I saw it, and just feels good. Feels like a, you know, good, balanced game where you're doing things and everything leads into the next thing, and there's more stuff to sort of entertain you as well as get in your way while you're trying to do what you're doing, which is all good. All of that's good. I've been very impressed by, you know, it turns out Minecraft is in good hands with Microsoft, apparently, is what I would say. So, serious now, because I played a couple of worlds just sort of seeing what was out there. In this world, one of the things that happened that surprised me was I encountered. I don't know what they're called, but if I was naming them, I'd call them like acolyte villagers. That's what I'd call them. I encountered. I was walking around, and somewhere on the edge of a desert, there was a sort of a chode of a building. It had kind of a bell end mushroom top to it. It was lit up at the tips of it, corners of the tips of it, and then it was just kind of a really short, just thick, that kind of thing. And I went, what the hell is that off in the distance? I started running toward it. Dude pops out with crossbow in hand. I'm like, oh, hello, friendly. Hey, god damn it. And then I went over and I killed him. And I didn't know, I expected more of these bastards were going to come for me. So I ran into the chode, which is just what you want to do generally speaking. If you're in a situation, there's an angry chode there and you don't know what to expect, just go to the chode. So I ran into the chode, threw down like some lighting, make sure nothing would spawn on me, and then it turned into Bruce Lee, you know, Bruce Lee and what's his name? With the, was it Kareem Jabbar? You know, the dude 7,000 feet tall with arms that are also the same height and legs also. The legs are the entire height of his body, and then the arms are the entire height of his body and his torso, and it defies math and physics. But you know, that movie where it's like you're climbing the tower and then there's another challenge and another challenge and eventually there's an NBA basketball player on top that Bruce Lee has to kill. You know? You know that old nursery rhyme. Anyway, so I get in there and there's nothing on any of the levels. I go to the top of the thing and get out of the chest. There's some stuff in there, so I grab it out, trip wires and some bread and whatnot, and I felt like, hey, that's cool, that's a new thing. And then I went walking on, carried on my life. A couple of days later, couple of days later, I was building this here house that we're in, and the acolytes came by carrying a banner and chanting, "Ronan Pawn must die," and shit, and I was like, oh, fuck no, and I came at him again. And I killed them all, and then I got the banner. I was like, I got the banner now! Woo! And it said ominous banner on it, and I'm like, what do I do with the fucking banner? And what's that little thing in the corner of my screen over there? And it's still there. This is the second banner by now. But yeah, so apparently I have pissed off the clan of the evil blows smoke out the sides of their cheeks thing. I don't know who, or maybe he's just got like an anti-Hitler mustache. He trimmed everything in the middle and then just let the sides grow really long. I don't know what exactly that image is supposed to be in pixel art, but it's there. So yeah, of course, what I did with the banner was I planted it on either side of my crops, my garden. So I got a couple of banners now because I just keep fucking them up, and then they keep coming back. Ronan Pawn is fuck no, not today. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, was that him though in the movie? Yes. Ice creams work, but not Cheers apparently. Anything that I'm watching Twitch for, subscriptions, Cheers, it's not coming through. So I'm gonna have to be very like good about chat, which I very much just wasn't. So, Pawn, please make Pony's Dungeon a game, and then I scroll down. I'm 3D printing a puzzle box in 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 a puzzle box with some money in it for my brother's birthday because I'm a troll. That's cool. That's a good idea. Darth Analyst cheered 10, so everyone's but my cheers come through. This is discrimination. And no, it's not. It's that nothing that comes from Twitch is coming through right now, which is great because that's how I make money. So thanks, Twitch, for, not working today like you were working yesterday, even after I refreshed the credentials. That's good. I like it. And then ice cream. Ice creams work, but not Cheers, apparently. And that is correct because of, you should just visit a village, or you should visit a village, said Pony, in an ice cream, and then you should visit a village. You should, okay, so the first ice cream didn't come through, and then the second one did. And then there's axes, Ronan Pawn says, Noah Cry. Axes? Like girlfriends that follow you around and I mean, honestly, girlfriends you follow around and they get restraining orders? Is that what's in the game now? Jesus, they're adding things every day. And Zorgob cheered 20. Yeah, I'm persona non grata with the villagers now. Yeah, I don't know what's the deal with the crossbow. I'm calling them acolytes. Are they a new thing? They've got to be a new thing. I was hoping they'd drop one of those nice crossbows, but nope. They did for me. So I actually did, they... Fuck you! I turned it around back on them, so I got a crossbow. Weird thing is subs and cheers are coming through on Nobot. Yeah, so it's communicating with you, but not me. Hey, it's just any day with Twitch. Maybe I've been banned and maybe Nobot hasn't, and it's just any given day with Twitch. Anyway, this is my house. It's a little bit small, a little bit tight. You got a bed there. I decided to go with a white bed just because it kind of hides the stain. It matches the decor. Closet over there, exit over here, in the chest, book and quill, stuff like that, just whatever happens to be lying around. The Dear Diary, the Angel Touch. Oh, no, that's, okay, it's a different book. I didn't think that was, never mind, don't look at that. Don't look at that. But I've got, in fact, there's my crossbow that I got off of him, along with a bow that's about to die. But, there's a crossbow that I got. They're very fun, the little crossbows. Yeah, this is my house, just a little place to kind of, save me from the evils of the night. In the closet is, there's a lot of, I decided that there should be more, it's actually not a walk-in closet, it's a crouch-in closet. Decided there should be more closet than actual house, just, to make sense. And then some light coming in, so as long as you don't have any clothing, as I don't, then you can throw that open and get a little bit of light, maybe, pop the windows open when it's cool outside, I suppose, kind of a thing. But that's pretty much it. That's the size and scale of my house. There is this outer house area, sort of the vestibule, I call it. It's not really that interesting, but We do have, you know, all this sort of stuff. Oh, wait! I think I'm hearing the people. They're out here somewhere. Huh? 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 Oh! Oh, I haven't had this yet, but I've seen it in other people. This is... This is the magical trader. And there's 2 of them have come. And they're hitched to my... And, hey! Don't from the... You're gonna... Oh, sorry. Get him, puppy! Oh, shoot. I've killed my dog. Probably. You get him, and I'll feed you. Okay? Come here, pup. Come here, pup. No. No. Get him! Get him! I can barely see what's going on. There you go. I got him, and you, dog. I'm sorry that I hit you multiple times. It's your own damned fault. Whoa! What's going on here? Huh? The hell's going on? So these are the trader llamas. Trader llamas parked outside my house over here, and so I can't right-click on them. They keep spitting. Wait. Oh, I can right-click on them, and then I can trade them, gems for mushrooms? If I gave them mushrooms, would they give me gems? Okay, so that's you, and then what's your shop? Huh? Why can I only talk to one of them at a time? Why are there 2 of you here? Oh, you have to, in the face? I have to put it, I can only click on one of them kind of half the sum of the time. What is that? Bucket of tropical fish. Okay, so there's a lot of new things in Minecraft that are keeping it interesting for us. It's the nighttime. You know what I should have done is I should have gone to sleep and we could have looked at the house in the daylight, so I think maybe we'll do that. Oh, look, over here, someone's planted a field of crops, surrounded by ominous banners. Oh, and the sun's coming up all on its own. That's another way that things work. So why is he reading chat? Who is this and what has he done with the Ronin pawn? I need to stand away from that in case a creeper comes up from behind me. I don't want him destroying my farm. Have you contacted Twitch to remove your rate limits yet? I don't fucking know. No, it's been once every 3 to 4 months I get, I have troubles with Twitch that I have to spend, you know, an hour or 3 trying to pull out that I changed to nothing. You know, everything. Quit stepping into my sword swing! Oh, good boy. Good boy. I will feed you, zombie flesh later. It'll be great. Ice cream. There's an invisible villager. Those are his llamas. Oh! He's invisible. So I thought I was clicking on the face of his llamas, but it's him and he's invisible. Okay. Pawn doesn't realize the actual trader is invisible. Why wouldn't? Yeah. Why? How could I have missed him being invisible and all? Hello, new RuneScape? What's this is random? And we'll get to RuneScape soon enough, but I just wanted to walk you around my little home here. So we need to get the dog some zombie flesh to eat, I suppose. We'll go down there in a moment. Huh? So this is my house. You just come up here, and then you walk in. In fact, let me show you the basement first off. So, you gotta crouch. I love the fact that you can crouch and get stuck under things and then just be able to walk in the 1.5 high space now. So, here's my basement. Cool. That's the most interesting part of it. Just wanted to show that off. The rest of it's kind of downhill from here. It gets boring. But now you've seen the basement. So, we come up here, we step inside, and to my left, we've got sort of, you know, the work area where you plot the conquest of humanity. You just throw down your papers here, sip a little bit of coffee, and read your manifesto again. You know, the plight of the proletariat shall not be, and then the corporation shall be destroyed by the hands of, and yeah, reform is too little, revolution is necessary, or whatever it was the Unabomber said, because he was really smart too. So there's that. And then, as I pointed out, my bedroom up there, got some little flowers stuck around the place, you know, just for fun and whatnot. Middle of the house, we step in here, we got the kitchen. It's not sort of a chef's kitchen, it's kind of a smaller kitchen. Let's see. Pawn doesn't realize the actual traitor is invisible. Ronan Pawn, the potion particles. Shake my head, what a noob. It was the middle of the night! Pony69. Pawn didn't read my message about his use of diamonds. He really didn't make a pickaxe. I made a pickaxe. I've gone through the pickaxe, Pony. It broke the last time that I was on here. I went through an entire diamond pickaxe. Of course, it was the first thing that I got. Why has this actual lunatic made a diagonal mine? I like the look of it. You didn't read my message either. It's normal. Shut up. You want me to, alright, we'll just read messages and then occasionally somebody else brought in, I should write a manifesto, says Pony. Yes, Pony's Dungeon, the guide. Is this the new Minecraft is too easy? Because it seems really easy now. Diamond gear already. If you're gonna just mine and craft, then in Minecraft, it's actually, I like it. It feels well balanced now. I'm not bored yet in this. Ice cream resistance is futile. You'll want to say that as well. So this is your little kitchen, little kitchenette, so to speak. You know, you got your oven there off of the proper furnace of the house. Some spice racks there. Still looking to get some spices in, but it'll be a while. Little storage for just some, you know, general whatever it is that you might be eating hither and thither. And then you've got your sort of trash. So what I like to do is feed my dog from the trash. Where are you? Hey, how you doing? Get your tail up. There you go, good boy. Good boy! Okay. You gotta yell, good boy at him every now and then he doesn't attack you in the night anymore, anyway. We had to talk about it. Have a baked potato. So that's, there's not a lot of storage down here, so, you know, you're gonna wanna have, like, a proper area for storing your, you know, food and whatnot. It's just the canning room, we call it, so you're gonna wanna keep your stone over there. Okay, you're stuck down here forever now, I hope you know that. No more teleporting, we talked about it. You got your, like, crap ores that you don't really know what to do with, and other things, too. Diorite, andesite, like, that was, when they were doing that, I was like, okay, I'm out. Like, yeah, give me more bullshit blocks that have weird text, whatever. Empty chest, you got some dirt and sand over there, there's paper and shit. You got, basically, you want to have more chests so you know what to do with. There's your valuables. You got, you know, 148 iron, 26 gold, 20 compressed blocks of redstone, plus 3. Got some obsidian, because why not? Some lapis lazuli. The bottle o' enchanting, which is and the tripwire hook, what I got from the acolytes, as I'm calling them. I don't know what they're actually called. And then over here you got just wood and wood-related things. So there's your, you know, canning room. You're stuck down there! Think about this as you die. Don't do it in the next life. And then out over here, the other side of the office, the vestibule, the walk-in area for my actual house, the bedroom, is you know, some seating, nice little couch, some with a backrest, some with you can kind of lay off of this side and just kind of it's good for orgies because one guy could. Anyway, so some seating area and then a nice, you know. Just your big furnace, your big fireplace. Yeah, fireplace, that's what they called it. And just one, you know, I don't want to get like, it was really on a lark. I bought this at the local fair, just, you know, it's trying to support this really cute girl who was making art, you know. It was like, hey, wow, this is really good. Can I get your number? Here's and no, I couldn't. But so I was stuck with the painting. Anyway, it's, you know, whatever. But yeah, it's the fireplace, and the back of it you use to cook the meat off of, and that's basically the house. If you had a reason to have to go up onto the roof for, you know, just repairing the shingles or that kind of thing, then you can get up here. A couple little spots that look kind of odd because for the interior of my actual house, the bedroom. But yeah, you just look over there and see my cow farm. There's only one cow in it from this. There's more cows in that, we just can't see them. My sheep, my crops, and then if you wanted to get yourself injured, you just fall down through the extra flue, you know, just to let the smoke escape a little bit more, because it turns out solid stone blocks, actually, they're solid, so hard to get the smoke to go out them, so you want to do that. You're stuck up there forever now, you think about this! Your next life, idiot. So yeah, that's basically the, oh yeah, and then there's the porch out here. Go out and just, you know, survey your domain, look out and say, those are my pumpkins, those are my cows, this is my rifle, this is my gun, both are for fighting, both are for fun. And that's it. That's really all there is. If you were to, like, if you needed more space, okay? Let's say you needed more space to plot the overthrow of humanity. And you didn't want people to know about it. You know, you kind of wanted to hide it so that they wouldn't find out where you are planning their conquest and overthrow. Then you could maybe have like a little hole that goes down back here into a big, dark, spooky kind of an area that you'd plan to fill with like an enchanting table and the books and whatnot. You could do that, and then if you needed more space for the truly sinister shit that's going down, then you could have an iron trap door that you can't really get into unless you break it, unless you know where the secret button is, and you can get in fast enough. I made it! Technically, I made it. Then you could go further down, and then you'd have to duck, you'd have to crouch in order to get to, you know, the truly evil place. Walking slowly, and then... How the fuck did you get... That is the last life for you. Get in there. Get in there, you're done. And then what you'd do is you'd build it in such a way as, you know, this would eventually be full with, like, lava. And so if anything evil came through, you know, Nosferatu's gate, then it would either fall in the lava or, you know, try and find its way through and kill you in your own home, which is why the Iron Gate is there with the secret. But yeah, so this is where you would keep the evil villainous, I mean, just hypothetically speaking, and then any time that you tried to go in there, it would be a threat to your life because of the lava that would be on either side of what you made there. But it's just, it's a thought, you know, it's not, I wouldn't do it, but, you know, it's something you could think about doing. Germasian Cheered 10, the people with the crossbows in the tower are called pillagers. I'm calling them acolytes. No, pillagers is a good name. Can I get out? I didn't get out. It's very hard to get in and out of here, which is important, you know, because the evil horrors of the night that I've been manifesting with my calls to Cthulhu and whatnot. Yeah, by the way, now you're stuck down there. Think about that. Next life. So yeah, that's really sort of my house that I built. I'm very happy with it. I'm very happy with the way that the stove came out, and then I decided to just think about it in terms of, like, old world construction. You would have a fireplace sort of middle-ish to the house, and you'd try and use that heat to get to the entirety of the house. And since there's just one person here, when I realized, well, I should just make a loft for my bedroom, it just all started to come together from there. And we've got this because there's a little overhang out that side of things. And in fact, let's go have a look in at my cows. Do I have any wheat on me? I do. I could use some more wheat for breeding. Because my big thing right now is that I need leather. I've realized how much leather I need to do all of the things that I want to do. So we'll walk out and we'll have a look at my... In fact, we'll have a look down here first off. So, yeah, we've got a stairway that goes like that, and then you got just, you know, the smelting area. And the reason why this is down here is because if you wanted to really go down to the, if you wanted to go down, then you'd go down there. And we can go down there, and I'll show you. It's just fun. It just looks fun. But anyway, there's my house from, you know, when the grass isn't in the way. Let's get up a little bit higher over here. Did have to sort of build up the sides of it and shave off and whatnot. But there she is. I'm very happy with her. The only thing that I'd like to add, or that I think could be added, is a little bit more, like, you know, where you take the raw wood blocks and put them at the corners, or something with a little bit more dimensionality to it. It's kind of flat. Kind of flat on the sides of the exterior. But the interior, I'm 1000% satisfied with. Collecting the banners gives you the bad omen. If you go near a village, the pillagers will attack it. Really? Don't spoil it, said Pony. Really? Do I have to, like, carry the banners with me, or what? Ice cream. Make your neighborhood. Yeah, I've managed to get a few cows, to fuck at this point. Let's see if we can't get some more of them. Now, at this point, it's entirely inbreeding. It is just hot, you know, brother on sister action. Or actually, since they're all cows, I guess sister on sister action. I don't know how, so it's lesbian. I have a lesbian cow field, everybody. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's have a lesbian cow orgy. Lesbian cow orgies for everybody! You two won't do it again? There you go. You did it again. Alright. And I don't know how the women are impregnating each other, but they did it. Congratulations, I need lots and lots of leather. There's zombies coming and it's raining and I'm going away from you now. Look at my house on the horizon. It's nice, lit up, it's fancy, it's fun. I should also take care of my sheep before the night is out, I suppose. By the way, the video seems to be good on this one, huh? On the modern Minecraft. Doesn't seem to be doing the janky stuff that 1.6.4 was. Ice Cream, stop teasing us and let us access your Minecraft server. I don't have a server, this is just local. But there is a server online, vanilla server at mc.ronenport.com. If it's still up, I don't know. I haven't thought about it in a while, but it still exists, is what I've been told. Sheep are out there. We can go see them some other time when it's not raining and raining. So we'll go down then. You ready? In fact, we'll start at the top. This is what I like to do. You start at the top, get your crosshairs, you get yourself in the center, get your crosshairs right, and then the dog jumps and throws you off. You go, and then you hit the run button. But you gotta be looking directly straight ahead right down there, and then you can go super, super fast down the... I just like it. I just like it. It was a very satisfying, like... How did you do that? That's way easier if I could just do that. Very satisfying, like, dig going down and then coming back up to put all of the stairs, too. Very satisfying pattern. Rex says, we have the Mite server that's close to getting ready, says Rex Gates. Oh, do we? Excellent. Yeah. There we go. Pony had to wake up early and did a bunch of walking today. You didn't take any, banners to the villagers, did you? Because apparently they'll start with the pillaging of whatnot. That image, like, disappeared eventually. The curse of the pillagers, I guess. So, I just got my second banner from the bastards. So I imagine then, over time, the evilness of it diffuses or something. Is that right? So this was... I just dug, you know, down on the diagonal until I hit something. So I hit this, and wouldn't you know it, just really good, like, timing because... To actually run into something because, boom, we are at the lava level. Over here is where I took my first diamonds. And where I've gotten some obsidian and things. It's also where I feel incredibly, like, creeped. You know, this is bad. Just to be down here, and then there's lava in weird places, and it's all, like, chopped up. I really need the county to come through and just fix these roads, because this is... It's dangerous. You know, if a creeper falls off an edge, zombies, skeletons, something like that, hits me in the right direction, boom, I'm in the lava. And I've got a bucket, but I never remembered to fill it with water and bring it down here. But yeah, so I managed to get, you know, how many? 2, 4. So it would have been 3 for the pickaxe that I've gone through that I broke, and then 2 for that sword, so that's 5, and then the axe is 3. So apparently I've had 8 diamonds at the very least at some point. Yeah, 8 diamonds I've found just in this little one crag that I put into. How do you keep doing that? And you know, there's more cave down here to explore, but I have no need of it right now. So back up we'll just walk normal speed. I just like it. It's good. It's a nice creepy shape and everything. You look down and it's like, holy shit, that's some, you know, Kubrick imagery. Yeah, but that's basically my world. Let's close to keep the dog out. He seems to wormle. He seems to wormle his way into the weems and the weebs. What did you do? Mister, I teleport everywhere. You managed to somehow get yourself injured by falling? That's stupid, isn't it? Hang on, let me just, as long as I'm out. Grab some of this, because what I need is for the... Oh, shit. What I need is for the enchanting and for actually a lot of other things at this point. I need paper and leather. Paper and leather are the main deals for me presently. Yeah, eat shit. Holy shit, where did you guys all come from? God, all in a group they spawn and come after me. Doggy, get him. Is there like, can I point? Get him. Get him. No? I have to actually hit them and then get hit by them and stuff. Oh! Hey! Hey! Oh, is there a... No, that's the dog. I was like, is there a Skelly back there? No, that is your own dog. Hi! Quit it! Get him. You get him. You take care of him. Okay? And I'll get your meat ready. Come on. Come for dinner, boy. Come for dinner. 2. There you go. Good boy, you're full. Okay, so let's breed the sheep here. Sheep could be, you know... Are sheep exclusively female, by the way? Is that a thing? Like, are rams the opposite of sheep? I don't understand. I don't know. So, is this going to be another lesbian orgy, or is this like a regular orgy? What kind of orgy are we about to have? A zombie dead orgy. We're going to have an orgy one way or the other. Come here. I don't care what you identify as gender-based. Everybody fuck. Everybody must get fucked, except for, like, you. I think there's one of them that didn't get it. And, you know, that's... If you want to get boned, and put in the effort. Get him! There you go, you dumb dog. 3, 4, right. Bite his crotch until he falls over. See, everybody wants to get in on the orgy. Yeah, so I just got my my livestock taken care of. The farm's coming up. One of the zombies just dropped a carrot the other day when I killed it, so I'm ready to plant another little garden for the carrots and stuff. See, because it's carrots, so I need to expand that. Hey! He's got gold armor! Get him! Get him, dog! I know he's fast and all, but get him! Oh! Yeah, there you go. There you go. You take care of him now. Yeah. Good, puppy. Oh, God. Alright, I need to go in. Skeleton's shooting at me and shit. I need to go in for the night. I'm sick of it out here. It's wet. The sun's already coming up. Fuck. But yeah, that's my house. I'm very, very happy with this house. Let's see. I need help in Kenneth's Chisholm. Chisholm? It's so deep and scary, I can't handle it alone. In Kenneth's Chasm, you need multiple... We already had the orgies, okay? Is he 1.142 or 1.143? I don't know. Here, version. Fuck me. No? I don't know any of the commands for this, you know, version. Like, I tried day. Does it count? I tried time. It doesn't, I don't know how it's meant to work now. Whatever might Darth, whatever might is... What pawn is playing now? Vanilla is... Whatever is the newest one that's stable, I guess. I didn't go for, like, a snapshot build. I just went for whatever it is they're selling as the stable version. Ah, shame he can't make God armor. God armor? Armor? With a U? Yeah, so at this point, really all of the things that I'm doing are because I want to finish building the enchanting room, and then I want to make the nethers of my home, you know, properly creepy with lava and enchanting tables and stuff like that. So that's basically where I am right now, and that required me to make all, you know, start farming cows and sheep, and it's just, it feels well balanced, it feels good. As long as you're building, as long as you're crafting, you're putting things together, then the game kind of drives you to get the things that you feel like you don't need. And, you know, so right now, I need the enchanting table so I can make better tools. I need to get some more diamonds because I went through a diamond pickaxe, that kind of thing. And it's like, yeah, it holds together. As long as you're not just rushing off to the nether to get warts and then come back and find dragons and stuff like that. If you're actually enjoying the game for the mining and the crafting, it holds together. The pacing is good. It is good for what it is. So, Minecraft is too easy? No, Minecraft is, you know, properly easy. It's just easy enough. By the way, does anyone want a hot toddy? Hot toddy! Anyone? Anyone? Here's an interesting thing. So I found out that a hot toddy, or rather a toddy, was like a drink, you know, from like the 50s or 40s that, you know, I think it was like a chocolate milky kind of a thing, toddy. But then there's a hot toddy that is, alcoholic, and I've had that made for me once when I was sick. Somebody made a hot toddy that was like, this will help you, and it did help. So my question is, like, are those two related at all? Was there like a company that put out something called a toddy, that was supposed to be like a chocolate milky kind of a thing, and then somebody put gin in it and was like, oh, this is a hot toddy, and I don't know what. Or are they completely different things? Is a toddy not related to a toddy? I don't know. No one knows. Somebody wiki. In 1.142, you can put all protections on one piece of armor. Okay. Okay, sure. It's arguing about... And now the smoke that's what's happening. The carbon monoxide is gathering in here. That's why. I need to go upstairs. I need to go up to my bedroom. And just write in my diary about the angels who touched me. Hide in the closet, actually. There you go. And I'm just gonna crouch here and just sort of in the fetal position. Why does the dog keep teleporting places? Freaking me out, man. That's my world in Minecraft. I hope you enjoyed it, because I've enjoyed building it. And I had a good bit of fun coming up with a design that felt unique enough to make it worth my time. That's kind of my problem with building in Minecraft, is I always feel like, it's all been done before. It's all been done before. It's all been done. Yeah, there it is. I was just trying to figure out the key. Paul, when you fought the Ilgers, was there an Evoker? Some guy that makes black spikes erupt from the ground and stab you. No, when I fought the Illagers, there was no Evoker. No, when I got to the top of the tower, I don't know, well, there was a guy there, but he just died, I just beat him until he died, and at that point in the game, I hadn't seen enough of the pillagers to know whether he was something special, whether it looked special or not. I did, after I looted that chest, as I was walking away, a whole bunch more Illagers spawned, and I ended up, having to kind of have to run for my life at that point, because I didn't have armor and stuff. But, yeah, nothing special crazy went down at the tower. I was kind of underwhelmed once I got to the top, and I was also underwhelmed because, they had this whole Bruce Lee, tower climbing thing going on, but there was nothing on any of the levels until you got to the top, and it seemed like that would be a cool way, once they set that up, and I went, oh, this is like Bruce Lee kind of thing, and then it was like, oh, they didn't do that, or at least it didn't spawn that way when I was doing it. Oh, you still have that to come, says Darth Vader. How many of their banners do I have to steal from them in order to piss them off enough? I mean, nowadays, they just go, marching past my house, 3 of them, and one of them's on banner duty, 2 are on the drums, so I just walk up and slice them down. When do the true armies of the dead start coming? When can I, knock down the wall and open my gate to the nether and summon a friendly ghast to fucking shoot fireballs down their throat? When does the true war begin, I'm saying? It's all right there in my manifesto. If you'd read it, you'd know what I'm planning, what is coming in the end of days for you all. Yeah, so apparently I'm playing on 1.14.3. Yeah, latest release. So I can make God armor? Do I have to kill God again? He just keeps coming back. I think he learned how the dog does it. If you take a banner into a village, a raid will happen. If you kill all raiders, you get hero of the village and trades are cheaper. Really? So I bring the danger to the village, and then I kill the danger that I brought to the village, and then everybody's like, oh, thank you, our hero! Yes. Yes, I am your hero. I'm not the bringer of destruction who fooled all you idiots into... Now, see, that's Microsoft made that. And I feel like they're sending some pretty clear messages, You bunch of fucking idiots. We made the disease. Sure, we manufacture the cure and sell it, but we made the disease. You fucking idiots. I'm just trying to think of that song because that's what I was riffing off of there is, made the cure, will make the frustrated, incorporated. I know just what you are, got just the thing. I know what you want to be. Pony, he is putting it up. Putting what up? I'm not putting anything up. Oh, Rex is talking to... You guys are getting the Mite server online? So that's my Minecraft in vanilla. And we've only been here for like 50 minutes because I started the stream 10 minutes late, but I think it just makes perfect sense to, before we dive into RuneScape, we take ourselves a 7-minute live stream break, and then I'm gonna immerse myself into... something that's been years since I before there was an old school RuneScape, that's what I played, and I, paid for the membership eventually, after I ran up to certain levels and stuff, and I was like, yeah, I want to find out, I'll throw $5 a month, and did, and it's fucking brilliant. I mean, the game was just great. So we'll get into those memories, and see what they've done with, like, the new... application and graphics and stuff, and just see how it's changed after this live stream break. So we will be back in 7 minutes. Just try and during these 7 minutes stay happy. It's the song name. 7-minute live stream break. Pawn not out.
Continuous wave of inspiration, with thoughts and words and pen and paper melodies. Such a breeze. But now I wonder what to sing, 'cause I can't think of anything. The time ticks away, blinded by an empty page. We don't fight, we don't break up. I'm kinda coming up empty. How do you write a song when you're happy? I'm not lonely, I'm just fine. I'm not insecure this time. I'm not angry or malign. I can't fake the calm inside. But now I wonder what to sing, 'cause I can't think of anything. My old cuts have bled. Is there anything left unsaid? There's no pain, there's no conflict. I've kinda drawn a blank here. There's no drama, there's no sideshow, and I'm all out of ammo. We don't fight, we don't break up. I'm kinda coming up empty. How do you write a song when you're happy? I had a system, a particular way that I put it all out there. When inhibitions strip away, is there anything left? There's no pain, there's no conflict. I've kinda drawn a blank here. There's no drama, there's no sideshow, and I'm all out of ammo. We don't fight, we don't break up. I'm kinda coming up empty. How do you write a song when you're happy? How do you write a song when you're happy? How do you write a song when you're happy? How do you write a song when you're happy? How do you write a song when you're happy?
Ronan Pawn. Welcome back to welcome back to a twitch.tv/Ronan Pawn live stream on twitch.tv/Ronan Pawn. We're prepping for Runescape. I just showed off my Minecraft world. Zorglob did midstream break cheer and it didn't come through. There's a tear in my beer. There's a tear in the universe, somebody said. And I see it. It's there. Just staring at us, beckoning someone to fix it. Fucking everybody's so fucking lazy around here. But before we jump into RuneScape, I wanted to do something. This is a segment. I wanted to do a segment, which was in my head. I want to read you a portion of the book that I've been reading. David Wong, John Dies at the End. I bought all 3 of the David Wong, John Dies at the End novels recently, and I started reading through the first one up to chapter 5 again. I've already read this one and the next one. I bought them because I wanted to reread them going in prepped for the new one, the third one, that I also picked up. And I wanted to share with you because I think that the more you hear of this book, the more you'd want to check it out yourself. And violations of copyrights and things like that, I'm just giving you an excerpt. It's the fundamental equivalent of, especially considering how thick this hardbound copy is, of, 8 seconds of music. So I wanted to read a little bit to you. If you don't mind, would you like some reading? Whoa, spoiler alert, says Zorglob. Yeah. And I am going right into, chapter 3, I think, of the book, because I want you to meet, what does he call him? It's the fakin' Jamaican, or the fake Jamaican. It's not fakin', I just added that, but the fake Jamaican, when our primary character, John, meets him, because this book, it's best described by if I just start reading some of it. So I'm trying to find the page where he really gets into it. And I think I'll start right around here. Let's see. So, addressing the Jamaican, he broke out in a big white toothy smile, a charmer. Let's see. What can I do to impress Mr. Skeptic Mon? Ah, looky there. You didn't wash behind your ears, did you? I let out a loud theatrical sigh as he reached out to the side of my head, presumably to pull out a shiny quarter from behind my ear. But when he pulled back his hand, he was holding not a coin, but a long, wriggling black centipede. He let it dangle over his fist, turning his hand over as it crawled around and around. One of the girls nearby squealed. He pinched it between thumb and forefinger, held the wriggling thing up for everyone to see. I noticed for the first time he had a few layers of first aid tape wrapped round his other hand. He passed this hand in front of the bug, and in a blink, the centipede was gone. The girls all gasped. Well, the bug was a nice touch, I said, glancing at my watch. John's not digging into his bullshit magic show. You want to know where it went, Mon? No, I wasn't feeling well all of a sudden. This guy was giving me an odd feeling in my gut. But, don't get me wrong. I am one entertained son of a bitch. I need to learn how to read, don't I, and change. Yeah, okay. I got other talents, said the Jamaican. Yeah, but I bet all your really good tricks are back at your apartment, right? And you'd be happy to show them to me if only I were 16 and female. Do you dream, Mon? I interpret dreams for beer. That's the town of Undisclosed in a nutshell. John won't tell us where he lives, so he refers to it as Undisclosed. This run-down half-city with more weirdos per capita than you'll find anywhere outside of San Francisco. We should have that printed on the green population sign coming into town. Welcome to Undisclosed, dreams interpreted for beer. I said, well, I don't have any beer, so I guess I'm out of luck. I tell you what, Mon, Mr. Skeptic Mon, I'll do it just like Daniel in the Old Testament. I'll tell you the last dream you had, then I'll break down its meaning for you. But if I'm right, you gotta buy me a beer. Okay, Mon? Sure. I mean, you've obviously been blessed with supernatural gifts. What better way to use them than to fish for free beers at parties? I craned my head around and thought I saw the dog trotting around a tent where somebody was selling corn dogs. He's chasing a dog. I told my feet to turn and walk after it. I commanded my mouth to tell this guy never mind. Neither responded. I knew that absolutely nothing good could possibly come from this encounter, and somehow that a whole lot of bad could come instead. But my feet were planted. You had a dream early this morning, in the middle of the thunderstorm. I looked him in the eye. Pfft, lucky guess. In the dream, you were back with your girl Tina. Whoa, how'd he know? And you come home, and she's there with a big honkin' pile of dynamite, one of those big cartoon plunger detonators ready to blow. You ask her what she's doing, and she says, "This," and shoves down the handle, and he spread his hands in the air. Boom! Your eyes snapped open. The explosion in your dream became the clap of thunder outside your window. So tell me, Mon, am I close? Holy it. He smiled. All eyes were on me, the naked shock on my face. A girl whispered, "Oh my God." There is no feeling I hate as much as speechlessness in the face of another man. I mumbled something. One of the girls muttered, "Was he right? He was right, wasn't he?" A raven-haired girl next to me wearing raccoon eyeshadow suddenly looked like she had been drained by a vampire. The group had unconsciously taken a step or two backward, as if there was some kind of safe distance at which the world would start making sense again. The look on his face tells me... this is the Jamaican speaking. The look on his face tells me I was right. I'm trying to not do an accent. He said through a grin, "Wouldn't you say, girls? But wait, there's more." I wanted to walk away. Up on the pallet stage behind me, John was tearing away the solo that marks the end of Camel Holocaust, rapping some impromptu lyrics. All over the cacophonous drums of Head, the entire show is one big drum solo, in my mind Feingold, and the band's thunderous triple threat bass. I've been to a lot of concerts, everything from garage bands to Pearl Jam. Maybe my opinion is biased, but I would have to say that Three Armed Sally is the shittiest band I've ever heard. You can guess the meaning of the dream, Mon. The girl layin' in wait for you, ready to wreck your world again. But the dream be trying to tell you something else, too. The dream be trying to warn you, giving you a demonstration. Okay, I said, holding up my hands. You made a lucky guess. Somebody probably told you about... You see, you gotta be brave to ask yourself the scary questions. How did your mind, David, know the thunder was coming? Thunder? What? Get away from this guy, man. Get away. What? You're full of... The thunder came right as she hit the detonator in your dream. Your mind started the dream 30 seconds before the thunderclap. How did it know the thunder would be coming at that moment, to coincide with the explosion at the end? And that's where I want to leave it. That's John dies at the end. That was Dave interacting with the fake Jamaican at a bonfire party. And the reason why I wanted to read that is because I think that's an experience that we've all had. I've certainly had it. The experience where you wake up and, like, the dream built something. The dream that you were having built something in the dream up to something that was about to happen in the world around you, that on reflection and retrospect, you go, there's no way that I could have known that, you know? Not just, oh, there was something on TV and maybe my unconscious mind was processing what was going on, and then it built up to that moment, and, you know, it all coalesced, and I woke up and the TV voice said the thing as an answer to the question that I posed myself in the dream. No, like the thunder clapping. How did your unconscious mind know to plunge the detonator and then snap you awake just as from the thunder of the storm outside? It's an experience I've certainly had.
Fun, you know there is money in narrating books, Audible in the Such.
That's why I'm not allowed to do this on Twitch. But I have thought about doing it on a substream, and Twitch has, you know, they've been very clear about our rules are still our rules. If you do a sub-only stream, our rules are still our rules. You have to follow our rules. That said, on a private sub-only stream where there's a paid membership, this is the kind of thing that, if not for Twitch's policies, you could legally do. We could legally have a book session where I just sit and read an entire book front to back, to my audience, at least so long as this audience is at the size that it is. Because, you know, that's exactly the idea behind, like, having a book club, is a group of people coming together. And if you have a membership fee and turn it into, like, an actual group thing, like's already going on here for people who have subscribed to the channel, you've got even more legal precedent to stand on when it's like, no, we can do this. You can gather together and share a form of entertainment, you know, without having the FBI get involved. You have that right as a human being. So that's the kind of thing that I'm intrigued to maybe do. Like, just sit here and read John Dies at the End on sub only streams as a one-off thing, and put a little bit more effort into it. Try and figure out some voices and, you know, go along for it. But I wanted to read that part because I think that that's an experience that a lot of us, maybe not all of us, but I've certainly had. Have you had that experience where you woke up to something and it's like, how the fuck could you have possibly known? I remember when I was very young, and this isn't quite as perfect an example as the thunder clapping, but I remember when I was very young, I was in bed with my mom, so I was that young, and I don't know, maybe I had a nightmare or something, but I'd come and slept in her bed with her that night, and like, we woke up in the morning, both of us, and she must have said something to me that I didn't hear or understand because I was still groggy, and I said, "What?" And at that moment, her bedside alarm clock went off, and it was set to radio. And so I said, "What?" And then the clock turned on and went, "I'll tell you what," and then launched into an advertisement about something. And that just scared the shit out of both of us. I mean, the fucking coincidence and serendipity of that. She asked me something, I say what, clock just happens to turn on in that second and says, "I'll tell you what." That was fucking creepy. But I've had more knowing without knowing moments than that, especially, you know, after going to a monastery and practicing Zen and all those things. The knowing without knowing, where somehow your subconscious, unconscious mind speaks to your conscious mind in a way that it just builds something that's like, I can't possibly know that, and yet clearly I must have. So yeah, has anyone in chat had an experience like that, especially around dreaming? You wake up from a dream and your dream bled into the real world in a way that makes you question the nature of reality. How could even my unconscious mind have known that and made all of that happen? Whoa, spoiler alert, he dies at the end? That's what Zerglov was going at. I can't tell you because that would be a spoiler, but that is the name of the book, John Dies at the End, a novel. Everyone dies at the end, Sister Mason. That's fair enough. A bug in the ear? That's some Star Trek Wrath of Khan shit, says Zerglov. There's a space-time tear in the starships. There is. And somebody really needs to fix it. Deanna. You know, what the fuck else do you do? You shouldn't be on the bridge. You have no place here. At least fix the... She doesn't know how. She doesn't even have the training to fix a basic tear in space-time that emerges on the deck of the Enterprise. You don't belong up here. You know, unless there's like some alien race that's like on hand. You shouldn't just be sitting there in case we run into somebody to talk to, you know? We'll call you up. If we really need you, we'll beam you to the deck. Just go, you know, help people work through their PTSD from going down to the planet and wearing the red shirt and then the fucking, you know. From Tasha Yar, actually. From Tasha Yar's death. We're all still working through that, honestly. That was bullshit. She was great. I loved her. Security chief, little, you know, skinny little, just blonde hair cutie. And security chief, just fucking, and just gone. Just gone. It was the Game of Thrones of my day. How could you write her off the show? It is just a dimensional door. Yeah, the cats use it to enter and exit. Just do the damn accent. Yeah, man. Pawn, you know there's money in narrating books. Time in dreams is very deceptive, says Orglob. Yes. Talk cream, Pawn, you know... Oh, it was right. I had that as well, says Dendy. Yes, I think we've all had some experience where you wake up from a dream and it bleeds into something real, and it's like, whoa. There are things that I know that I do not know. This book is full of exploring that notion. It's very good, and in a very sort of 90s slacker, but movie tempoed. It's very good. It's very good. Darth Angelus cheered 10. Twitch is breaking the terms of service in EULA for most games with a paid subscription. As a lot of big companies say in the terms of service, you can stream video as long as people don't have to pay to watch it. People don't have to pay. Here's where I stand on that, by the way, because I went off on the last live stream, at the end of the last live stream, saying, get the fuck out of my backyard, like you don't have the right to do that. Here's where I stand, having thought about it a little bit more. The idea of game publishers deciding whether or not you can show their game, like claiming the right to, as Nintendo has done a lot in the past, and other game developers, like, you can't show our game on YouTube, you can't do this, you can't do that. Here's where I stand on that. If you create something, you know, a picture, a painting, a song, an image, something, anything artistic that you've created, you have intellectual property rights around that. A game is full to the brim of things like that. It's got fucking sound and music and art elements and all that sort of a thing. So individually speaking, you have the rights over your creations within that game. You know, people can't steal your logo, steal your character design, steal your music, your code, all that kind of stuff, and repackage it, sell it, or use it. They can't do that. You have rights there. This is where it changes, though. This is where reality needs to catch up to. The reason you can't, like, redistribute or just show people like a movie, you know, you can have your friends over and show them a movie that you bought on DVD, Blu-ray, VHS, Laserdisc, whatever you've got, you can do that. But the reason you know, at a certain level it becomes a commercial thing and people will get involved is because a movie is fundamentally the nature of a movie, a book, something like that. Someone has created this, there is one way to experience it, and once they've experienced it, it's done, and there's no more viability for profit there, unless someone decides that they liked that movie or that book so much that they want to own it to read it again, as is exampled right here, because I've already read these books, but I purchased them because I wanted to read them again, and own a copy and have them on my shelf just to be like, you should really read this book. But that is the reason why that is protected. A game contains all of those elements. So individually, independently, you have those rights. The game on the whole is not a movie. The game on the whole is not a song. It's not a painting. It's not a photograph. It is a game. What you are selling when you sell a game is a game, which involves the act of playing the game, as much as watching a movie is the act of watching a movie. And since you can only sell the act of watching a movie for the first time once, that's what you sell. And that's where your rights are derived. The idea of playing a game, it is fundamentally transmuted, what you are selling to an individual, as soon as they play it. The law has, you know, limits on the idea of your intellectual property that come down to, you know, think of Vanilla Ice and Under Pressure. Doom 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 doo doom doom. Doom 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 doo doom doom. Doom 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 doo doom doom. Doom 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 doo doom. Where am I going with that? What was I about to go into? Under pressure, come down on me, come down on you. Or was I gonna go, stop, collaborate, and listen. Ice is back with a brand new intention, something. Was I gonna do that? Those are the same bass line except for one note, if I recall correctly. At the same meter, the same pace, the same BPM, it is basically stolen. Yet they are two completely different songs in two completely different genres, and that is totally legal. No one gets to have the rights to playing what is ostensibly one bass note at a certain rhythm. Doom 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 doo doom doom. It's two bass notes. Doom 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 doo doom doom. Doom 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 doo doom doom. That's what that song is. I mean, that's what the bass line is. You can't say that's my bass line now, I wrote it. For very obvious reasons. So the concept here is that if the original art is transmuted to a certain degree, if it's changed, if there's a transformation involved into something else, then the original art can be, you know, just for the sake of art to be art. You can't say, I came up with this combination of notes, you know, D-A-G, nobody can write a song with a D-A-G progression, that kind of a thing. You know, there are limits. The limit on a game exists the moment that someone plays it, because it is a game. You playing the game is you playing the game. What is being sold by a game publisher to an individual is the act of playing the game, like the ability to play the game. If I share with you, or if anyone shares with anyone else, video footage of them playing a game, especially when it has commentary, but even without commentary, what you are watching is their gameplay experience. That is not reproducible. That is a transmutation of the original work on a fundamental level, and that is what is at core with gaming and intellectual property rights. You're not selling a movie, quit acting like it. You're not selling a song, quit acting like it. This isn't a painting. This isn't a photograph of which you only get the chance to make money, when someone prints it somewhere, and then you got to make a lot of money because it's hard to make money as a photographer. None of that applies to you. You're selling a game. You put together a game. It's an experience, if it truly is a game. Now, if you've made a game that's somewhere in this weird area where it's actually just like a click through, an interactive story, then you've got an argument. But if we're talking about an actual game, as soon as someone plays it, you no longer have rights over that as a collective thing, because their play of your game is entirely significantly transformative of your original work. And if someone is also commentating and talking about it, or talking over it and doing something entirely different, that's an entire extra double thick layer of where your rights have ended. They ended down here. Now I'm going to put on top of the gameplay that transformed your original work, that makes it, now this is mine. This is my gameplay of your game. But that's the point of selling the game. You don't have a right to me and my video of my gameplay. You have no rights to my gameplay, is the point there. On top of that, if I'm commentating it, if I'm reviewing it, if I'm talking about something else, and if I'm comedically riffing over the top of the game, now there's an extra ton of dirt on top of what you're claiming to be your rights. So where we have game publishers claiming that you can or can't do this or that thing with your own gameplay of their game, for me, it ends right there. You can't make that argument. It's my gameplay. You sold me the game, now I'm playing the game, I will do with it as I see fit. That gameplay is my gameplay. It's not your gameplay because you sold me the game. You don't have rights on shit that you sold me in my house. You have intellectual property rights on the individual, pieces that come together to form the game. The images, the audio, your design. You have those. And if somebody tries to steal that image and use it in something else, somebody tries to steal your music, use it in something else, you've got those rights on an individual level. But the game, cumulatively, collectively, is not something that you hold any intellectual property rights over when it comes to someone playing it. If I'm playing your game, then I have transformed your game significantly enough to cover all of the laws that have ever existed since the Magna Carta as relates to the idea of property and ownership. So that's where I come in at that. They don't have the right to say that. They don't have the right to say, you can't play our game and make money off of it. I can play your game and make money off of it because it's my gameplay. You don't control my gameplay. You sold me the game, and if I can make money off of playing your game, then that's between me and my viewership and my platform, whoever it is who's going to allow me to do it. But you don't have that right to say, it's like somebody sells you a toaster oven and then tells you how to use it or how you can't use it. No, this is mine now. In the use of it, it's mine. And I know there's a lot of arguments that go left and go right and go all over the place with that, and you can argue this way, you can argue that way, because the law has been left implicitly vague and intentionally vague, so as to not, force all situations to refine to one situation. But that is, since the law is in a place of interpretability right now, that's my interpretation of it. Gameplay is transformative of game, which means video recording of my gameplay of game is mine, not yours. Okay? It's me going dung 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 dung. Ronan Pawn is a motherfucking going each. It's me changing what you originally created to the point where the law has to step back and go, yeah, you didn't put that in there. You may have made it possible for that to be done within there, but you didn't put that in there. That's an individual's, use of your game to create a unique potentially irreproducible, set of just of the gameplay, an irreproducible of gameplay. That's mine, not yours. Thank you very much. If you don't want me to have those rights, then what you're going to want to do is not sell me the fucking game. Because once you sell it, it's not yours anymore. You have the rights to all the property within the game. You don't have the rights to the game anymore because that's what you sold. Have a nice day. And no amount of, what we put in our terms of service and EULAs, no. No, I just refuse to respect it. Like, whether or not the law would stand behind it or not, I refuse to respect it. Because it's a manipulation. You can write a terms of service agreement that's so long nobody will ever read it and get people trapped within shit. And yeah, you gave up this right when you decided to, click the next button on the install and all that kind of stuff. No, I'm just not going to respect it. And if I don't respect it and nobody else respects it and we just carry on, then, eventually the law won't respect it either. And we do. The law does correct itself over those things over time, where it sees that people are being taken advantage of by individuals who are sneaking language into contracts that no one really reads anyway. The law eventually comes by and says, yeah, what you've made there is a pyramid scheme. I know you're calling it a business, a legitimate business, but it's a pyramid scheme. And we didn't have laws that made that illegal before, but now that we see that 98% of people who are involved in a pyramid scheme get screwed over, we're making that illegal. You can't have pyramid schemes anymore. There are certain things that you cannot do contractually in law. You can write it into your contract, somebody signs it, but if it ever comes to court, the court's going to look at that and go, yeah, you can't actually do that, so that portion of the contract is invalid, and I'm throwing it away. I don't respect it. I'm not going to change my behavior based on what you're claiming that isn't yours. In my estimation, and I think in a very fair estimation of the law. So let's read what you guys had to say, and then we'll actually play some fucking RuneScape, huh? As in also voice recording of books for publishers. Money. So let's see. Bearsuit Lane said, Tashiyar's death is what gave the rest of the series gravitas. It's true. It's true. Once they had established that a, main character, someone who everybody likes, could be killed off it happened. No big, it wasn't like a big, great sacrifice. It was just, she just killed, and it was, it did give us gravitas. You're absolutely correct. And then she was reincarnated as a Romulan or something. Wasn't she, though? Yeah, she did appear, didn't she? Now that I'm thinking about it, did she? Yeah, I had the thunder in real life, and in the dream, I think it was a hammer hitting something, says Dundee. Yeah, the thunderclap that your mind somehow managed to, and what you can do is just say, as an explanation of that, and I'm sure as we go through chat, we'll come back up to the copyright issues. But when it comes to like the thunderclap and the waking up from the dream kind of thing, what you can say is, without it needing to be some kind of pseudo-spiritual hippy-dippy woo, that your body, unconscious mind, was aware of the rising air pressure, lowering air pressure, the static electricity that was gathering, a certain pattern to the storm, sounds, like, your body is capable of experiencing so much more than your conscious mind thinks it knows, or so then your conscious mind actually does know. So you can just say, well, my body had all those pieces of information, and in an unconscious state of mind, I was able to, process that and build it into the coming experience, because I knew things that I didn't know that I knew. And that's a very reasonable explanation for that happening. And then the question is, why don't you know those things when you're awake? What is it that makes you, as a mind, as a sentient intelligence, unable to access that information throughout the course of your average given day? But when you're asleep, having a dream, your unconscious mind puts all of the information together and knows that there's going to be a lightning strike, and a thunderclap is coming. But you don't see that when you're walking around. And the answer that Zen has is the thing that's getting in the way of you accessing your true potential of awareness and your knowledge of what's really going on is you. It's all your ideas, your opinions, your talking, and your goals, and your this and your that and the other thing, that you're not actually in this moment right when you're in this moment. But having that experience of being in bed, being asleep, and then, your mind just kind of processes all of the sources of information that are around it and does the math and knows what's about to happen next, you can do that, clearly, as evidenced by the fact that you did that. But you don't in your day-to-day life. And this is why when you do encounter a Zen master, or even just, a Zen monk, or people of other orders as well, of other spiritual practices and things, they can seem like fucking magical. Because they'll seem to see shit coming before it comes. They'll see right through you and understand you better than you understand yourself. They'll tell you things about yourself, and it's like, how the fuck do they know that? And it's like, they're scary, they're psychic. Maybe they just have gotten their own bullshit out of their head enough to be able to, basically pulled their head out of their ass enough to be able to see what's actually right there, to actually know everything that can be known from the place that they're standing, based on everything. Based on micro expressions and your posture and the tone of your voice and the movements of your hand and all that kind of stuff. Like, it all comes together without them trying, without them sitting there trying to Sherlock Holmes it and just letting it happen, because there's no more bullshit me and what I want out of, the next couple of minutes in the way. That's a very scientific, reasonable explanation for why some people do seem to know more than others, and why it is that you would experience knowing without knowing. Why you'd wake up from a dream and the thunder would clap just at the right moment, where in the dream it was the hammer falling, or the lightning, or the detonator plunging. You don't know how much you know about a subject until you know how much you don't know. There are things we know, and there are things we don't know. And there are also things that we know, and there are things that we know we don't know. But there are things that we know that we don't know. Oh no, says Zorglob. You got him started again. Okay, I'm going to lunch now, says Zorglob. I'll be back later. Cheering 10, Jim said, hey, Pro, I'm back from some male bonding with a slice of oversized pizza. Okay, as I recall, Nintendo only took down videos that either monetized the video or if it was within a certain grace period of the game's release. In my interpretation of the law, they have no right to that, even. Once, if it's someone playing the game, nope. And since it's always someone playing the game, nope. Stop, collaborate, and listen. So, Let's Players who played Nintendo games couldn't make a living making content on Nintendo games, but they could still do it. It doesn't matter. They don't have the right to do it in the first place. It would be my position on that. They don't have a right to tell other people what to do with a completed game, because gameplay is not the game. The game is a collection of parts. You have intellectual property rights to those parts. You have the intellectual property rights to someone not duplicating your game, reproducing that and distributing that, because that would be, that's you losing money, definitely, if somebody just reproduces the game itself. But if somebody creates gameplay on your game and distributes that, that's not, you don't have a right to that. That's their gameplay. That's how they played your game. That's what they did and what they said and how they, dealt with the thing. That's them now. You don't have a right to that. You have a right to protect your game, unchanged, unfettered, mutilated. As soon as there's gameplay involved, the gameplay is the intellectual property of the individual playing the game. And that's the thing, is that you have to think of it in terms of not just, oh, the people making the game have rights. Yeah, but you have rights too. The individual playing the game has rights. The individuals making videos off of gameplay have rights. Everyone has rights. So where do those rights end? And where they end is at a game publisher claiming to have the rights to your gameplay. No, I have the right to my gameplay. You have the rights to the game. Very simple. It's actually incredibly simple, and doesn't require there to be any new law. It just requires there to be a explicit interpretation of the law as relates to games that would follow with the interpretations of law as relates to copyright and intellectual property with every other thing. You can use a portion of someone else's content in order to create your content. It's about transformation, and gameplay transforms game. It comes down to if you were trying to sell something you bought for profit when not giving permission for the original content to sell it. My personal take is that none of that comes into play because my gameplay is my gameplay. It's not their game. I'm not redistributing their game. I'm not selling their game. I'm selling my gameplay of a game that I bought, that is mine now. That I have the right to play. And once my gameplay is there, it's my gameplay. Those are my rights now. Now you're stepping on my rights. It's not about me stepping on yours. Game rental places and sites kind of push the limits of charging for usage of games they bought. Push the limits of charging for usage of games they bought. Yeah, there's a lot of issues that come up with this when you start thinking about like the claims of waves of, streaming services where you're going to buy the game, but not actually store the game locally, and then you'll have to play it by streaming it from their servers, and then if the platform goes down, or if your internet connection is out, or anything, you just don't have the game anymore. And really that, idea doesn't make a lot of sense unless what I'm saying and what I'm, arguing here is 1,000% true. And their lawyers, have realized that, and the corporations that are behind this stuff, the big AAA, games companies and stuff, have realized that, yeah, we actually don't have control over these things once they leave our offices, and, piracy is an issue and all that kind of stuff. Maybe what we need to do is centralize it so that no one can argue that it isn't ours. But even then, my argument still stands. If I'm playing the game, it's my gameplay now. It's not your game anymore. I mean, it is your game, but it's my gameplay. Doom, 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 doom. Collaborate and listen. Silly pawn. They're not called pyramid schemes anymore. In 2019, they're called multi-level marketing plans. Oh, right, MLM. Just playing devil's advocate here, but couldn't you then argue that the concept of, for example, Windows Professional versus Home Edition, or Photoshop Student Edition, which you're not allowed to use commercially, etc., would also be obsolete? Would you support the idea of a commercial license for a game versus pure private usage? Okay, let me try and go back then to the idea of Windows Professional versus Windows Home Edition. And I'm just going to step right past the idea that that's an arbitrary, what you're paying for in Windows Professional Edition is you're paying for the complete piece of software that they wrote, and what you're paying for in Windows Home Edition is the pieces that they took out. So they're selling a shittier version just because, but I'm going to step past that and just try and look at it from a legal perspective. Windows Home and Windows Professional, or the idea of having a license for personal use versus a license for commercial use. See, the thing is, with games, my whole premise here is that I'm not using your software for commercial use. I mean, I'm playing your game, but what I'm selling is my gameplay. I'm not selling your game. So, the idea of personal use of, say, to put it more in my world, video editing. You can use this video editor for free, so long as it is for personal use. But once you monetize it, then it's professional use, and you owe us money for the use of our software in creating the thing that you created through our software. I see where that gets muddy. Absolutely. But they are two different industries, is what I would say. This is a fundamental tenet of my argument, is that a movie is a movie and has movie-like rights. A song is music and has music-like rights. A game is a game and has game-like rights. It is untenable, unreasonable, and irrational in this day and age to expect or demand that a person making a game have the rights of a person making a song or a movie. A person making a song doesn't have the rights of someone who's making a movie. So a game being a game, a movie being movie, music being music, a painting being a painting, a photo being a photo, each of them have rights that make sense given what's trying to be done there. And what is required to protect an industry's ability to make money off of it. Software is not a game. A game is a piece of software, but in terms of, the technicality of, for the sake of copyright and stuff like that, a game is clearly distinguishable from software. A game is a game. Whether a game comes on, digital media on your computer, or it's a board game, if I record myself playing Monopoly with friends, Milton Bradley rather, has no right to say, you can't play our board game on your, and record it and put that out on YouTube, because it's a game. Our playing of the game transmutes and transforms the game. So you can't say because your game is in the background or is, what we're playing that you have... No, we're playing it. So for that sector, that is where I would stand on games. Software that is used to create things and stuff like that in order to preserve the rights or the ability to make a living and draw an income of those who make software that makes things. Software that enables other things to happen. They do need to have the ability to, say, for private and for commercial use, for that kind of a thing. When it comes to games, no, that's not what a game is. It's a game. It's not that. And where there are gray areas, you kind of have to inject them, I think, there. Like, when you get down to the simple form of this, yeah, a movie's a movie, a song's a song, a game's a game, a piece of software for video editing is a piece of software for video editing, but more so an application for creating something, software like that is software like that. They're clearly distinguished by their own categories, their uses, and things like that. So it does, that's a good, devil's advocate argument, Lo-Fi Loop, of what about that, the private and the public? But that's what that would be my response to that. It does not make sense. It is not in their, economic stream for them to make money off of other people playing their game. It's not necessary, and it doesn't make any fucking sense, and it doesn't work, and it's not the way that the world is choosing to, deal with it for the past 20, 30 years now. So it just doesn't stand. It doesn't stand the test that a courtroom would put it up against. That's not how it works. You don't need that in order to make money, clearly, and you unfairly or heavy-handedly restrict the rights of other people in order to make additional monies that you don't need and that you're not entitled to by the rest of the rest of the premise of copyright law. Jermaine said the actor changed her mind after a year of not being on Star Trek TNG. She realized she made a mistake wanting off the show. Did she? Oh, Tasha, come back. The dream takes place in the past. We're bouncing between three topics. The dream takes place in the past, there is a delay before you dream it so the unconscious can integrate it, says Dendi. So a false reality of the passage of time, where you wake up and it claps, the thunder claps kind of thing, but maybe you are remembering the thunderclap and you're still between dreaming and waking state kind of thing, which raises other interesting questions about how true is the world that you experience. Like, how much can you trust what your own eyes tell you and what your own ears tell you? Basically, how much can you trust your experience as a source of truth? Because if you wake up from a dream and the thunder claps immediately, but the truth is that you either imagined the thunderclap or you retroactively rewrote your own memory to make yourself believe that you woke up, whoa, right? So it still introduces a lot of weird things that question, what I think is most interesting about that is I think no matter how you interpret it, it points fundamentally at you don't understand the nature of you. You don't understand the full capacity of you. One way or the other. Either your mind's ability to fool itself by rewriting its own perceptions of time, or your mind's ability to collect a whole bunch of information that you are always bringing in, always processing, but you're not doing much with because you're sitting here talking about fucking copyright laws in circles. And so you're putting all of this wall of static between you and everything that you actually know on a physical biological, intellectual level. It's all there. All the information's there. Your consciousness is constantly open. Whether you hear the birds tweeting out the window, they are tweeting out the window. You might be really focused on some jackass talking about copyright issues on a live stream where we were supposed to play RuneScape 2 hours ago, but the birds are still tweeting and you're still hearing the birds. You know, there's a dog barking 2 blocks down. You hear that, even if you're not focused on it. That information is there. Are you using it? Are you using it in ways that you don't know? How much static do you have in your frontal lobe or in your seat of consciousness that is making you stupid? That is making you stupid because you're trying to be smart, because you're trying to think things through and rationalize them, but there's all this base level, you know, I'm an animal, you know, we're all evolved animals, that has all of this base carnal level of information, sights and sounds and smells and you know, the fucking hairs on your arms and the pressure in the room and the moisture levels and all that kind of stuff. It's all there. But meanwhile, I'm too like caught up in my own head that I'm not using any of that. And so I'm walking down dark alleyways into, you know, where somebody's gonna beat me up and take my fucking wallet. When, like, I could have totally smelled that coming. I did smell that coming, but I was so lost in thought that I didn't pay it any mind. I think no matter how you interpret that scenario, I think we've all experienced it to some degree, the knowing without knowing, and regardless of what the truth of it is, it tells you that there is something more to you than you have acknowledged, probably. Let's see. Explaining context for the Bill Murray and Groundhog Day comment that Zerglob made. You were talking about Zen masters who intuitively know stuff. So they've already lived that day, and now they're reliving it again, and now Zen masters just know what's going to happen. I have had experiences where I've stood, you know, at the Zen center and talked to another Zen student, and I remember, like, asking him a question. Matu was the student that I was speaking to, and I was called Risham. And I remember asking him a question, and before he started speaking, I knew every single word. I knew exactly what he was going to say. I knew the answer to my question, and I knew exactly how he was going to say it, and every single word. And I just kind of stood there and just slowly smiled more and more and tried to hide it for the next 15 seconds that he went on talking, because I knew every single thing that he was going to say, and not roundly. I mean every fucking syllable. Every word he was going to use, every enunciation, it was all right there. And it just seemed so obvious. Of course that's going to be the response. Why did I even ask that question? And that is, you know, part of, if not really the most important and the only true goal of meditation, is to turn down the static in that frontal cortex or prefrontal cortex or wherever the seat of consciousness actually, where they claim it to be. Turn that static down, get the idea of you out of the way by practicing it, by sitting on a meditation mat and just, like, keeping your senses open and trying not to get lost, drifting off, thinking about this, thinking about that, planning the next day, planning the other thing. There's so much right here in this moment that you can know, and that also is entertaining to just be a part of. You know, it's not just about, like, knowing and perceiving and, oh, I need the psychic abilities. No. Who gives a shit about that? It's about being right there on the cusp of everything. The things that we dismiss as being, whatever, it's just everyday, ordinary shit. Like, anyone who's smoked a little bit of weed knows just how interesting the patterns in the concrete on the sidewalk can get if you let them. If you will stop dismissing everything around you as just blasé, I've got more important things going on as I'm figuring out all of this shit that's actually making me seem stupid to anyone who's really aware of what's going on, because here I am walking down dark alleyways. I'm lost in thought. To be clear, I agree with you. I'm just saying how Nintendo used to handle people uploading gameplay of their games, which they have since changed to be more in line with other game companies. Oh god, I hate games as a service so much. As a gamer whose internet goes out, often it's a thorn in my side, says Bearsuit Lane. Yeah, I don't know. It's not something that I'm going to be interested in. I'm not going to go off and buy any of that stuff. I mean, it might make sense for some people. I don't know, the trade-off of not having to have hard disk space, I guess. not having to have processing power, right? They say they're going to do it. So the processing power at the end of your, experience is going to be just getting the video in. If you can get 4K video in, then you can do 4K video. You don't need all the processing power of your own computer to do it. So, yeah, I mean, there's that. There is that. I just don't know how the fuck they're supposed to make money off of that with all these different servers that are going to be running these games, and then it seems like it's about 50 years too early. Like, let the technology get to the point where I don't know. I don't know. I don't understand it entirely. I think it's, it's mainly about piracy. If the games don't exist ever, then people won't have them to sell them. And the fact is, pirates have been breaking games that had like copyright protection before their release dates since forever. Pirates get a hold of games. They're pirates. They're hackers. It's part of their thing. You think we got the game on the inside. You don't got the game on the inside. You don't got it protected. The code gets out. If you have to give it to a distributor somewhere, all it takes is one dude who thinks he's a bit of a gray hat to take the thing, hand it over to some people who like to crack games, and boom, you got it. I don't know. It seems weird. It seems like it doesn't make that much sense. I can see a small market for it, but it's going to be a small market for it, where you can have a much cheaper computer in places where people can't afford them. Can't afford to, and just in everywhere where, individuals like myself can't afford to have a computer like this, except for, your donations, and thank you. I can see that, but again, I'm thinking that would be the only way to really make that profitable is if the games that you're sending across the internet are not big, heavy, beefy games. God forbid somebody try to put XCOM 2 on a streaming service. Oh, fuck! The servers go down as soon as you got more than 2 instances going on it. It just crashed another server. Let's see. A game is a product, nothing more, says Den D. But the rights that, that the individual who makes of the product need to be stated, apparently, because they're claiming all of the rights. They're claiming to be able to stand in your fucking house and tell you what you can and can't do with it. When it comes to movies, if you charge people to watch it and you do not have distribution rights, it is illegal compared to you just showing a movie you brought to your friends or strangers. There is a little bit of a muddy water there that I brought up at the last live stream about the idea of private groups, where you're not paying the individual for watching the movie. You're paying the individual because it's part of a group, and so everybody throws in a little bit of money, and then, that allows for the group to continue. It funds the group's activities, but the paying isn't about the thing. The paying is about the group. The membership fee is about the group. And so if one day the group decides that, there's 25 of us, we all paid in, we're going to have a movie night, and we're going to watch, all of the Chucky movies in sequence or something like that. Now they're not paying you to watch the movie. They've paid to be part of this group. As long as that group does do other things, and it does come down to this kind of level of interpretation. And, you can look at how churches work and 501c3 organizations that are not-for-profit religious entities, and how those have to stand up to a certain, but it's also kind of undefined, left kind of vague set of standards in order to qualify for tax exemption and things like that. That idea of, but we didn't pay him to see the movie. We paid him to be part of the group so that the group could decide to show a movie tonight. Maybe next week we'll all go somewhere else, or we'll do something different, or, whatever it is. And in this situation with Twitch and subscribers and YouTube's and subscribers and things like that, you're not paying for the game. You're not paying for me to play the game. At least on my channel, it's not about, I'm paying you because I want to see you play this. And even if you are paying me because you want to see me play this, it didn't work out so well with Kerbal Space Program, did it? People subscribed and followed and watched just for KSP. And when I decided to do something other than KSP, you shit out of luck, right? It's my choice to do what I'm going to do. So the idea, fundamentally, it's a big fucking insult, by the way, from all the game companies that are trying to enforce this bullshit wrong interpretation of law, to say that, you can't show it privately because people are paying you to watch you play our game, and that's our game and you can't do that. Yeah, but they're paying me to watch me play. I mean, first off, sub-only streams, the way that I'm using them, the way that I think probably 99% of people are going to use them, and I haven't used them yet, but the way that I intend to use them is for a bonus, for an extra, a thank you back to the people who actually support me. As well as, yes, an incentive for those who don't support me to be like, oh, there's something real and tactile that if I support him, I'll get something other than just a warm, fuzzy feeling of like, yeah, now I know another human being who I've made a connection with gets to eat food this month and pay their electric bill and deal with taxation issues in the city of Detroit. But the insult there is that it's our game, they're paying for our game. No, they're paying to see me play a game. Today it's your game. Tomorrow it might be your game. For the next year and a half it may be your game. And then it may be another game. But regardless of that, if they just wanted to pay to see a game be played, I think they just buy the game, wouldn't they? And then play it themselves? Isn't that? If it's not about my gameplay or my commentary or my persona or my show that I'm putting on or my tear in the space-time universe of the deck of the, USS Enterprise 1701D, if none of this has anything to do with it, first off, fuck you for, insulting me so as to say that your game is the most important thing on my show, and therefore you need all the money, and you should be getting the money. If someone's watching someone else's gameplay, they're watching it either because they want to see that gameplay, not because they want to see the game, or they're watching it because they want to see the person. They want to spend time with the person. And anyone who's still in chat after an hour of me not playing a game when I said we were going to do Minecraft followed by RuneScape is proof in the fucking pudding that it's not about your fucking game. And what a massive insult to say, you're playing our game, they're paying you for our game. No, they're paying me for what I do with your game, or they're paying me for just what I do in the attempt to entertain them, intellectually, spiritually, dick-jokely, whatever I'm doing at the moment. That's why they're paying me. You don't have a fucking right here. You don't have rights here. Step away. Let's see. Did I lose my place in chat? Playing Monopoly on YouTube is copyright beer and board games now. Lol. Just kidding. How much can I trust my experiences? Well, time to watch Dark Star again. I've never seen that. The birds are tweeting. It's bad enough that people are tweeting. God damn it, Trump grew wings, but he still hasn't flown the fuck away like we want. Auditory processing disorder, the inability to naturally turn off the sounds you don't need to hear, but are all around you. That's the thing, is it goes to support that premise that I keep talking about, the idea that you know more than you know when you have autistic savants. And there are a lot of autistic savants, and, even massively debilitated individuals with autism tend to have some kind of something that just, even if they can't communicate, even if they're like that locked into their autism, there tends to be something that they just get so much more than everyone else gets. And it kind of comes back to the idea that hyperfocus, or the lack of focus to draw you away from hypersensitivity to everything, and that's what autism tends to be defined by, is the idea of sort of having those moments of like, I can't focus, I've got everything coming in at once, or I'm over-focused and I'm not getting anything else in at once. I'm not getting anything else in while I'm focused on this. And those experiences result in human beings who are capable in ways that maybe we don't value enough in certain places, in certain, not just like, oh, he's an autistic savant, he makes the most beautiful music or something, like that. No, what about the ability of, someone who's autistic to just, like, feel the room, And you're dealing with an autistic child and they're constantly, like, shrieking and screaming and they're in pain, and you think that it has everything to do with, like, the not being able to turn the sounds off, not being able to, make the lights dimmer in your own head kind of thing. And it does have to do with that. But it might also be that they're so sensitive to, even without understanding language, just to your emotions, just to body language, to everything that's going on around them, to the world outside of them. I mean, the fact that there are people who cannot communicate, who do not seem to have a grasp of language, shrieking in horror, just at exposure to the world, seems like a fucking natural response based on my interactions with said world, you know? Like empathy, that's there as well. But, yeah, the inability to turn things off, to shut certain things out. But the idea of Zen is grabbing hold of your own experience and like opening yourself to the world and stop trying to censor everything and coming to this very moment, because in this very moment there is a truth. But you don't perceive the truth. We don't tend to perceive the truth moment to moment. We perceive our own truth through our own, all of that that's going on up there, through, as the Bible says, as through glass dimly, I think is how it's said. You know, everyone's wearing lenses, everyone's wearing goggles. We all have our opinions, our ideas, our mindsets. I'm telling you exactly the way that fucking video game copyright issues should be handled. And, you know, what I'm not noticing is the lovely air that's passing over my arms from the ceiling fan, which is just making it so much cooler in here and so much comfortable, and I can actually sit in this room. But that's just background noise because I'm really involved in talking to you about copyright law as it relates to video games. So Zen is like the practice of saying, here's what we want you to do. Sit down, shut up, and let everything in. And when you see that you're getting distracted, in other words, you're focusing on something that isn't actually here, focusing on something in your head, an idea, a thought, a memory, a concept, something illusory that doesn't really exist, when you're not hearing the dog barking and the birds tweeting and smelling the room and feeling everything that's going on, when you notice that's happened, bring yourself back and just sit here and just experience it. And, you know, it's a muscle. It's training your brain like a muscle. If you do that more and more on a regular basis, eventually your mind will just slip into that mode without effort. And then you'll get to actually walk around instead of being sat on a mat, and you'll just find that you're experiencing reality unfiltered for a moment here, a moment there, a couple of minutes, a couple of hours. You'll start to notice when you snap out of pure experience and into the muddled human bullshit. And then you'll get to have both experiences. And that's my position on that in particular in Zen, is that both experiences have value, have merit. We have a human nature. No sense in resisting that. And the only real problem is that we experience one side almost exclusively, and the other experience we have very rarely, if, you know, very, very rarely, and rarely ever notice it, because as we have it, we immediately start up into another train of thought, and we just kind of dismiss it as something that didn't matter. So my perspective on it is that, like, having those experiences, the point is to get even, not to become pure sense and know only truth. You know, if we wanted to know only truth, then why are we here in this fiction of an existence? Okay, I'm going too deep down this end hole. I'll stop. Who transmitted to me telepathically, Germasian? I think your green screen's still aft. Forget about Jim, says Germasian. It's a hole in the space-time universe. There's nothing I can do about it. Tasha's gone. Damn it, Pong, you really could have covered it better today. Tasha? Pong, you should go through the tutorial island or whatever RuneScape has nowadays while talking. Oh, I can't possibly do that. That would be doing two things at once. My attention would be... Paul, what the F are you talking about? Thank you for the cheer, Jim. Twitch, so a guy called Jim saying to Darth Angelus... No, Germasian saying to a guy called Jim and Darth Angelus, but Twitch is breaking the terms of service EULA for most games with a paid subscription, as a lot of big games companies say in the terms of service you can stream video as long as possible, or as long as people don't have to pay to watch it. That's that's a good argument. And that's why, like, you have to bear in mind that these giant, you know, corporations and you know, the big names in the industry and whatnot, they're just telling you what they want you to hear. They're selling you the version of reality that's best for their interests. They're as through glass, darkly. Darkly, that's what it is. As through a glass, darkly. They're telling you what they want you to hear. They're trying to sell an idea, and if they can convince people that the idea is just normal and everybody, of course, that's just what it is, then the idea becomes the truth. You know, for their purposes anyway. But it's not the truth, and it's not correct, and just because a big company tells you that this is what we have the right to do, no, they don't. They absolutely don't. So, you know, where you do see Twitch, you know, having a format here where it's all about showing games that people are, and Twitch is getting paid for creating the platform where people show games and all that kind of stuff. That's because Twitch said that. They said, you're wrong, you know, and they just made what they were going to make. And then Amazon came in, and now Amazon, you know, what, we're going to go up against fucking Bezos? Absolutely not. Now they're not going to sue, and they wouldn't have any grounding, you know, anything to stand on if they did sue. In fact, what you see in the games industry is a large group of... What they're trying to do is not go to court, basically. You don't see lawsuits in this industry a lot, do you? I mean, you see them in very specific cases, and you get very specific, like, instances about somebody launching a lawsuit, but usually you don't see the lawsuit coming to a conclusion either, right? You know, somebody sends a cease and desist letter, threatens to sue, files suit against someone, and then they stop doing what they're doing, and it never actually goes to court. And that's the game they play, because if they actually did go to court, they would almost certainly find themselves on the we're fucked side of any sensible, sane judge's interpretation of the law and their position as, you know, comes their copyrights. So they don't want to go to court, but they've got a lot of legal resources. So as long as they use them right, you can put pressure on people in such a way that they never actually have to go to court, or that they file a suit, it starts, but that it never actually comes to a conclusion, so a ruling is never made, and then they can still stand in the public square shouting what rights they have and you have and what rights you don't have. And people will believe them because they've got a lot of money and they're, you know, they're the big names in the industry. Even though if they actually had to stand up and answer for them in front of a legislative body, no, they don't have those rights. And once you realize that, too, the community of gamers and indie developers and stuff, there's actually a lot of power there as long as you can find a way to sustain the onslaught of a large corporate entity's, you know, bankrupting legal practices that make it impossible for you to stand in the shadow of all of their dollars and all of their lawyers demanding these documents and that thing and filing all and just stretching out a court case forever. If you could actually get past that, if we had some kind of reform of the legal system where it was acknowledged that the scales outside every courtroom are presently like that based on who has the most money, and a suitor was limited to I don't know how you would do it, but, you know, there was a balance brought in between someone who has all the money and all the power in the world and someone who doesn't have any, so that in a private case there can still be, you know, law as opposed to just money wins. If that weren't an instance, indie game developers and just gamers have a massive upper hand because they don't want it to go to court. If it goes to court, they're fucked. You know, if it goes to court, then the odds are, I mean, one way or another, there's going to be a verdict which is going to set a precedent. And in the best, like, from their perspective, best case scenario, 50-50, right? It either goes that way or it goes this way. In the perspective of anyone who is sane, it's more like 90-10 that it goes against them, because the rights that they are claiming to have, based on the idea that other people in other industries making other kinds of art that are completely different than this have these rights, so we're going to interpret them to be ours as well, that's not going to stand. So if it ever actually could be drawn to court in a way that you don't, you know, get completely fucking crushed under the boot heels of a giant corporation or distributor's legal offices, I think the people have the upper hand. But they don't, because the legal system is fundamentally unbalanced bullshit classism. So we're all screwed. I like this casual playthrough of RuneScape so far, don't you? Isn't it good? Right now he's not doing anything with their game, so it's all good. That's right. Nobody has any rights to anything that I'm doing right now, except for me. And when I start playing RuneScape, that will remain. That situation doesn't change. Jagex. Not that Jagex was... They didn't come at me, bro. I'm glad he's aware that people aren't interested in this, says Jim. I don't know. You're here. What about RuneScape, dude? If you are a new viewer who came to see Pawn play RuneScape, well, this is how Pawn plays most games. It's true. And Zerglav Cheer 20. Wait, when did they put a ceiling fan on the bridge of the Enterprise? Season 4, I believe. It was season 4. I have memorized all the schematics, and that's not shown anywhere. They forgot to file it with Starfleet. Facepalms. I killed RuneScape with one cheer, lol. No, I've been cycling on 3 different topics for the past hour. We did John Dies at the End by David Wong, and the nature of your existence, and the copyright issue, and was Jesus, and how did I not talk about Jesus? It usually comes in. Terms of service, end user license agreements. Keep it going. Let's go. I think where we'll keep it going is to the second live stream break. When we come back, RuneScape. 7-minute live stream break. Pawn not out.
My name ain't Mikey, but yeah, I rock. You know why? Cause I don't give a fuck. That's why it doesn't matter whether I'm cool or not. Just a taste of the word gives me the gut rock. It's not pop, so just stop like a blood clot. Cause we're here to blow up like we came from Iraq. Electronica embezzled by hip-hop. Here to kick ass until the heart stops. Hipsters put on their cool shades, and thrifters keep the money they've been paid. And drifters have nothing safe for mind lifters. Don't give a damn what they say.
Wait, undeceivable, shit's unbelievable. You never ever guessed you'd hear this mix, it's inconceivable. Ouch, too hot, baby, back out of the kitchen. This is what you love at one of us, so daddy, put your bitch. I'm a poisonous affliction with a fireball addiction. Man, it burns like hell and tastes like heaven. You say bold, itching. Now I got you campus itching. This is music for your children. If you never heard the cue before, you don't know what you're missing.
Hey! Everybody dancing, dog. Y'all on that X, I'm a sentinel, standing tall. No time to stand still, please don't meander, dog. They throwing jazz at me to challenge my rap savvy. I sway like Callaway, I'm ahead, you'll never catch me. Ain't worry about it unless I spit Christmas gifts. My crew lighting up trees, you a screw to this. Menage a Quad, the name of my team supreme. They biting now, so I'm tossing out teeth and rings. You said you wanted bling, flossing ain't what you mean. You got baby teeth, though they pulling wisdom from me. Get neutered, respect the shooter of medulla. Give an inch, I'll take 50, 280 rulers. Royalty around me and mine, we all sires. Words in Paris, we hot, that's French fire. Challenge my rap, Swabby, keep the first one.
Hello, I am the Ronan Pawn, and welcome back to a twitch.tv/Ronan Pawn live stream on twitch.tv/Ronan Pawn. We've been playing Runescape for the past couple of hours, but what if we talked about terms of service, end-user license agreements, and the copyrights of game developers? What if that instead, just to change it up a little bit? Let's see, we have done it, my dunes. Zorglow with the 25 midstream break cheer. Thank you, Zorglow. I actually do have, shut up, one more thing that I would like to say before we do move on to RuneScape. Let's play RuneScape. Now, I do have one more thing that I'd like to say, which is the idea of, like, maybe what the law needs to do in codifying this stuff is codify the concept of an interactive experience separate from a game. That might make things easier. There's still going to be gray area. No matter how you do this, there's supposed to be gray area, and that's why the law is written the way that the laws are written, to maintain the gray area, because otherwise you actually, stifle art. If people can't play in a gray area, or if you create laws that stop people from playing in the gray areas, then, you've literally shut people down. You've created incentives for them to not make, or disincentives anyway, for them to make certain kinds of art. But we saw in the past couple of years the great rise of what we've come to affectionately term the walking simulator, which are the games where it becomes difficult to make money off of them based on the nature of them. And I'm going to pick a good one here, as opposed to one of the many bad ones, and say Firewatch. Firewatch was an excellent experience, interactive experience, where the whole point of the game was to, meet these characters, play these characters, interact with these characters, unlock the radio communications, listen to these people talking back and forth to one another, and the gameplay itself was basically just walking from one place to another and discovering the objects that have been laid in there to continue telling you a mainly linear story. And it was a beautiful experience that I had a great time with, and it absolutely intrigued me. It was a story that I was, getting to live by putting myself into the role, and it was an interactive experience, not so much a game. And I, back then, if you take the derogatory or the pejorative sense away from the idea of something being an interactive experience rather than a game, then that, I think, is what it really was. You don't spend the bulk of your time in a gameplay loop in Firewatch. It is all about unlocking the story. That's the point of it, is moving forward through the story. And if you did codify the idea of an interactive experience separate from a game, then it would make more clear where everybody's rights do lie, as I have proposed them today, where a game developer does not have the right to say what is done with their game after it's sold as a complete game, as the game itself. And I'm not talking about mod rights and things like that, modding games and redistribution, all that kind of stuff. I'm not getting anywhere near that. I'm talking about the idea of a AAA game developer saying, you can't play our game on your live stream, you can't show that on YouTube, you can't do that, and charge people to come to the show. None of these things, by the way, exist under the sub-only stream concept. Like, nobody is paying to come see a certain game. They're paying a streamer to be a subscriber as a means of, one, supporting them, and now with sub-only streams as a means of accessing extra content of that streamer, not of the game. No one's paying to see the game. It's, it's about the person it's about the relationships, it's about the show. But the idea of an interactive experience separate from a game would make that clearer, and specifically because it would force game makers who want their games to have the rights that say you can't show this on YouTube, because if you show this, that's why I brought up Firewatch, because Firewatch was great. I played it on YouTube, and I mated out the episodes, and I'm tried to wait. I felt a little bit bad about doing the episodes as I was releasing them, because it was this game is a one-time, one-shot experience. It's all about that movie that you're watching within the game and getting to experience it. So by showing it to my audience, they don't have an incentive to buy it anymore. They've just had, the go-through of it, and they didn't, because I missed some of it. I missed a big part at the end, apparently, as I was riffing while it was telling me to go do something. But, if you have the idea of an interactive experience separate from a game, then if a publisher decides to market their game as a game, then they no longer have the rights to say, this is an interactive experience, and the story is what's important, and so we need to be able to restrict people from showing that, because it's a one-time thing. Or even if there are branching paths, you know, it's a limited experience. It's not something where you, the player, transform the game in the act of playing it, because it's all about the gameplay loop. So how you play it determines what, you know, the experience that's being generated there. It's not transformative. The gameplay is not substantively transformative, and therefore it's an interactive experience. And that would force, you know, anyone who wanted to try to make that claim, that they have those rights, to label their not game as a not game. It's an interactive experience instead, which would let people know more what they're coming into, and it would definitely discourage, you know, game companies from, they wouldn't want to label it that way, because they would see it as a pejorative. We make games, it's not an interactive experience. But okay, if it's a game and it's about the gameplay loops and it's about your experience playing the game, and the experience is, you know, of playing the game is transformative to the original work, which is the nature of a good game, then it's a game, and you don't have the right to say anything about the you know, what gets transformed by their playing. You can't say that they can't play your game on their stream under this circumstance or the other circumstance. You don't have that right. If it's an interactive experience, then yeah, we'll protect your right to protect your ability to make money on that game. Because once somebody has shown the fullness of the experience, it's over, it's done, nobody needs to buy it. There's always going to be gray space, but possibly that one little addition to categorization of, you know, the media that we consume, that we think of exclusively as games right now, would make the whole environment of games publishing a lot less full of assholes claiming that they have rights that they don't have. The thing about Nintendo is that they're based in Japan, says Bearsuit Lane, issuing cease and desists or whatever to YouTube, a company that wants to offer videos to Japan. So they, YouTube, bent the knee at the time, taking down videos and removing monetization. By American laws, that wouldn't have flown, but it's more complicated than that, and the Japanese have a more regressive view on content ownership. Yeah, it's a worldwide phenomenon here, so everybody's got to set up their own rights and their own ideas, and we can only change the laws for, you know, one place or the other. YouTube does have the ability to say, oh, this IP is coming in from Japan, so we're not going to, you know, because of their laws, we won't show it. But, you know, if you get an IP, if you get a VPN, virtual private network, then you can change your IP and watch it anyway. So those international laws, or rather those national laws on the international stage, are becoming less and less really worth anything as time goes on. More's the better, by the way, in my opinion. But, yeah, you know, YouTube can bend on knee, but, like, that's the thing. The pressure, all of this is happening outside of law. And that's what I was, you know, getting around to before the live stream break, is that if they had to actually stand up to the scrutiny of American law today, they'd probably come down on the losing side, which is why they make big, bold claims, and they, you know, pay a lot of money to make sure that the impression outside via marketing and things like that, the impression of people is that this is just the way things are, because if anyone ever wakes up, if the bulk of gamers wake up to this is not the way these things are, and if the platforms like YouTube and Twitch feel the support of their viewership enough to be able to just say, you know what, fuck you, then it's over. Basically, they're using the fact that they have a bunch of money and a bunch of power to force people to do what they want, even though they are restricting other people's freedoms and rights and liberties in the act of doing so. And that's classism for you, and that's capitalism for you, and that's just the world we live in, and it sucks. I'm maxed on RuneScape 3. I don't need to see him play it anyway. Pawn takes an hour and a half to basically say it's the singer, not the song. This is true. All right, let's discover what RuneScape offers in 2000 and whatever it is now. Since I started talking, I don't remember. I am not going to update my drivers. Please stop asking me. I am going to log in with Google on the other screen as the Ronin Pawn, because there's going to be a completely new account, brand new. No old character that I used to have. It's just me, the Ronin Pawn, stepping in here and seeing what RuneScape is. Did they change it? Is it just a graphical upgrade? Advanced mode. Do we do normal mode, Iron Man mode, or hardcore Iron Man? We're gonna do normal mode. Thank you very much. Female or Malay? Yeah! Of course it's gonna be female, I think. Just look at the different colors of skin. Don't like that. It's very olive brown, I guess. Like, olive can be nice. I kind of like the really dark. Yeah, and then eventually you just turn... You turn vampiric. Wow, that white is not that white. You know, that's not representative of the actual color that they've got there. That looks like, I imagined her to just be pale dead. I think I'm gonna go with the super dark. In the face... Yeah, check your hair, hon. Like, I need something that frames her nicely. Ooh, kind of like the white. Is this a little bit boring? Ooh, the light blue. Light blue. Okay, but what hairstyle? Oh, do I have to click on it to load it in? No. No. Yeah. Can I spin her? Oh, you can spin her. Give me an angle. That's kind of nice. I think I like that. I'm going with that. And then choose a top. Oh, I like that. It's so delicate and feminine. No, kind of villagery. It's too tight on the corset. Too formal. Too works at Starbucks. Too Yu-Gi-Oh. 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 World of Warcraft, actually, on that one. You know, just big pauldrons. No, I don't think so. Tribal. Not my thing. It's still tribal. That's, again, World of Warcraft, but now you're a troll. Yeah. No. I like her just like, yeah. That's nice. Colors? Wait a second. Ice cream. I think it was Hank Green of Vlogbrothers, so I'm going to go back up and see, because lots of people have said big chunks of text now. Pawn takes an hour, and it's Ronan Pawn, where would you put the limit between an interactive experience and a game? That's where the gray area is going to be. Ask Noah, why, according to you, is an interactive experience not a game? Because it's got focus on the story. In that case, wouldn't that make games like Emily is Away and Getting Over It interactive experiences? Genuinely curious as to what your view on this is. Personally, I find Walking Simulator to be way overused, and it's an especially ugly term when developers have literally put their blood, sweat, and tears in. Yeah, there's always going to be a gray area in there because, you know, like I said, gray area is implicit to art, but it would be, like, in terms of codifying it for the law, it would have to start with the notion of, is it about, you know, how much time do you spend in the gameplay loop and how much time do you spend with storytelling? Is the storytelling, is like the environmental atmosphere part of the storytelling, and does that environmental atmosphere support the gameplay loop? Or does the gameplay loop support the environmental atmosphere? And there's going to be places where, you know, it's just kind of hard to tell. Which did you name? Emily is Away and Getting Over It. Getting Over It, I think, would be a very gray area one. For me, I'd say it's a game, because the gameplay loop is what you spend most of your time with. You are unlocking the, you know, actual experience of hearing the developer talk about it. Once you've unlocked it all, it's there, but the amount of time that you spend trying to figure out what the fuck you're going to do to try and make that gameplay loop, I would say that that's a game. But it would be something where you'd have a hard code where there's definite polls, and there would be like places between where it's like, okay, don't try and claim that you're a game, you're an interactive experience, and don't try and claim that you're an interactive experience, you're definitely a game. But there would still be that gray space between where someone could try and claim one or the other, and where it might be left up a little bit to interpretation. And if it came before a court would have a hard time. But that's what the courts are for, you know? You can't legislate in a field of art where you set everything as being binary, a 1 or a 0. You have to leave it somewhat loose. But you can mark certain points along the road. And yeah, a game like Halo could claim, it's about our story, our story is very important, people want to know what's going to happen to Master Chief, and that would be a no-fly zone. No, that's no-go, that doesn't work. I'm sorry, you spend, like, how many of the hours of gameplay do you spend in the gameplay loop of shooting stupid fucking aliens, and how much time do you spend in cutscenes, you know? You would just have at least 2 polls, 2 places to be able to set 90% of the content would fit into these 2 camps, 10% would fall outside of it, and that would be the, you know, the gray area. And when it comes to, you know, making laws around art and stuff like that, you have to design them so that they protect the rights of the largest group, the largest groups of people, that you can protect them without there being a question, and then acknowledge that there's going to be areas where there's a question, and try and minimize that area via reasonable and agreeable, you know, generally speaking, agreeable terms. I think it was Hank Green of Vlog Brothers, said Bearsuit Lane, that did a video on this, how YouTube's copyright system doesn't obey any one single country's law to the letter, but it still manages to appease them all equally. Or just, appease them enough that they haven't taken it down. Noah Cry, ice creaming, where would you put the limit between... Okay, that was just ice creaming it so that I'd read it. Didn't spend all that time typing it out carefully to not have an answer. Okay. Yeah, I can understand that, says Noah Cry. And, GT Boy, this is live, right? It is indeed. Nobody knows for sure, says Noah. I'm just trying to pick my character's top or whatever. What color goes with her dark complexion? Oh, purple always looks good on... I mean, it's not a racist thing, alright? Black dudes, you look good in purple. Go for it. You know, own it. I think I like the lighter purple. I'm gonna go with that. So I'm good with you. In terms of your pants, now your pants are... Ooh! I like that splash of color done on the color. If I change it around a little bit, what have we got? No. Ooh. No, I want a dress. I want a dress. Ooh, shorts. No, thank you. No, thank you. No, what is fucking character from Naruto? Huh? Are you with Gaara of the Sand? What? I think I liked the stuff at the top most. Not that. I like that. It's good and short. Not sure about the rest of the colors. Are there, like, secondary colors? If I change that... No, it stays orange the whole time? I can actually get behind that. It's just sort of the draping coat thing. I kind of like that. This is okay. That's a little bit too feminine. Worker deal. No, I think the best one is this. And I liked that little splash of, like, a really light color. I hate the orange. Oh, they've totally backed me into a corner here. I can't make a choice. This is too feminine, but I don't hate it. Definitely not. It's one of these top ones. It's gotta be one of these top ones. Maybe? No. You're gonna go with that. Show off your thighs, honey. Show off your thighs, which means that it's going to have to match, the bottom has to match the top so that it just looks right. And then finally, our shoes. Yes. What do you think, hon? Ding, ding, ding. Ding. I like the strappy. We're going with the strappy, and do we carry the purple straight through? Absolutely not. Oh, it's changing all of the lace and trim on the shoes. Cool. I wonder if that would have allowed me to change the orange now that I'm here with it. One way or another, I think I'm going with the light blue because that's what I liked before. We're done. I've designed. The name is, what does she look like to you? What does she look like? I'm thinking of Meryl. Ooh, she's sassy. It's gotta be, you know, there's so many names and words. Randomize. What do you got for me? Give me some inspiration. Dreedad, no. What else you got? Robecraft 539. Holy crap. 68 gold. You know what her name could be? What if it were, Ronan Pawn? What if her name were Ronan Pawn? Has anyone stolen Ronan Pawn? Stolen. Got there first, Ronan Pawn. I picked a really good name. Oh, I could have raffled for it. Well, it's too late now. She's already the Ronan Pawn. What is your experience with RuneScape? I have played recently. I have played before, but not in a while. I've played before, but not in a while. Okay. Welcome to RuneScape. So we've got Wasad, middle mouse button. Use the mouse wheel or page keys to zoom the camera. Okay, left to move her, right to choose interacting. Yes, this is familiar. It looks a lot prettier than it used to in my browser. Good work, Jagex. Okay, and so that's like that. Page up, page down to do the zooming. The mouse wheel does not, like, accomplish much for the zooming. I'd have to change the sensitivity on that in the long run. Okay, left-click the RuneScape guide written in dark blue on dark gray text. Okay, Jagex, I want to take it back. There's something, you've missed something. Greetings, I see you are desperate to get the settings a little bit higher. I can't read any of this shit. Do you have like a, larger on the size of your text or something? Windowed, full screen. Full screen's fine, we're good for that. Something with like the text. Those loading screens, terrain binding, background, FPS, foreground. Oh, that's cool. The background's only at 15 frames per second. That's a really good idea. Remove roofs selectively. Textures compressed. Can I not have the menu things a little bit larger? You guys let me know if that's in here, because I'm not seeing it. Audio's at a decent level, isn't it? Is it too loud? Alright, I'm just gonna have to squint. Greetings! I see you are a new arrival to the world of Gjailnor. My job is to welcome all new visitors to this land, so welcome! You have already learned the first thing needed to succeed in this world, talking to other people. Getting around is easy, just click. Left-click a destination to walk there, left-click a door to open it, left-click to right-click to see all the left clicks you could left-click. To continue, open that door over there. The one with the, and it's flashy and whatnot. Okay, so I'll just open this door. Now go outside and never come back. You're ugly. Hey, asshole. See the survival expert. Okay, should I close the door behind me? I can't close the door behind me. Game's broken. Broken game. Game sucks. Ooh, nice smooth movements there. Zoom out a little bit. You, sir. I'll talk to you, survival expert. It's getting a little bit louder now, isn't it? Let me just, hang on, survival export, settings, thanks to the audio, music, it's just down there. I hate it when the music doesn't update while you drag. Okay. Ooh, she's, we're wearing almost the same outfit! Oh my god, did you get it at Sotheby's? Hello there, newcomer.
Hello there, newcomer. My name is Brina. I'm going to teach you about skills you need to survive. You have many skills you can train. The more you practice, the better you get. Impersonating women is one that I recommend you put some points into. You suck at it. I'll tell you about the woodcutting, fishing, fire making, and cooking skills, unless you're just really fucking bored and just want to walk off. Let's start with woodcutting. Chop a tree until you get some logs in your backpack. I'll chop the tree then.
Chop the tree, Ronan Pawnat Eater. Okay, so I click on it and it does it. Your character is now attempting to cut the tree with the hatchet in her tool belt. I see no hatchet in... I see no tool belt. Okay, you have some things to explain.
I got some logs. Very good. Now let's put those logs to use. Light the logs in your backpack to make a fire.
Okay, light the logs in my backpack. I think, shouldn't I take them out of my backpack before I light them? Ma'am? Ma'am? Wouldn't that be a better idea? Does she have a 5 o'clock Ma'am. Ma'am. Okay. Light the logs in my backpack. Light logs.
Not so close, please. I don't want you to burn me.
Oh, okay. I kind of already did with the whole 5 o'clock shadow thing, but if you think there's still something left of you after that sick burn... I mean, look at me. I'm more than happy to just put my crotch right over the flame. What's your problem, honey? You managed to make a fire and earn experience in the fire-making skill.
Well done. You can cook food on a fire. If you're ever injured, eating food will restore your health. We'll need something to cook. There are some shrimp in the pond. Let's catch some and cook some. Whenever you see bubbles in the water, there's probably some good fish to be had there.
Okay. Oh, and the up and downy. The up and downy to do that. Okay, I'd rather be Q and E-ing for this. Can I change it? Net the fishing spot is what I'm going to do. Spin it round so I can't change while you catch some raw shrimp and did.
Yay, I made some shrimp.
The turning is not, just zoom out a little bit more and then you'll have to turn less.
Now you have caught some shrimp, let's cook it. First we'll put it on the barbecue with some...
I just want to keep slipping into, Shit, what is her name? Julia Child. You'll cook some shrimp on the fire. If your fire's gone out, chop a tree to get some logs and make a new fire, then use the shrimp on the fire. Oh, shit. Okay. Use raw shrimp. Use raw shrimp on fire. Oh, shit, you burnt them, you suck. You suck the balls. Oh, you burnt your shrimp. Oh, you burnt the shrimp. You should have set the oven to 420 degrees. Was it on 500? Don't worry, that happens to everybody the first time. We programmatically made it happen so that you wouldn't be disappointed later when it happens a lot. As you get more experience in cooking, you'll burn food less often, you fucking noob. Let's try again. First, fish some shrimp, then use the fire like I told you the first time, if it goes out! Alright, more shrimp then. Shrimp for me. Shrimpy McDoodly shrimp. You always burn the first one, because you suck. Maybe I should shrimp some extras then, so that it doesn't... Do I always catch the next one? Catch the fish. I catch some raw shrimp. I'll take... Okay, I won't take... Oh, shit, it burnt down. What do I do? I just told you, asshole! I'll chop the same tree that doesn't fall, no matter how often I chopped it. Do you have to click every time you chop it, or will it just auto keep... No, okay, tree's dead. Tree is dead. Light the logs. You're too close to something to the east. Okay. You could have just automatically walked me away from it as well. But watch your crotch, hon. It's gonna get hot in here real quick, if you know what I mean. I made the fire. I got fire of making. Use the raw shrimp on the fire. I successfully cooked the shrimp. I'm gonna do it again. You forgot to put barbecue sauce on it, asshole. I burnt the second one. Well done! Now you have some food to eat whenever you feel poorly. I've taught you all I can about woodcutting, fire making, and fishing. Open the gate, follow the path to the next area, and holy shit, the tree came back! You're a witch, burn it! Talk to the master chef, he'll teach you more about cooking. No, I figured it out. Put food on hot shit. We're good. I think I got it. If I click on the map up here, it'll just go there. I remember Runescape. Oh, it won't, because there's a gate to open. Open the gate! Left click the mini-map. Yeah, I know. I just did it. So there, go to there. Wherever there is, go there. Yes! Yes! Newbie Island. It looks a lot better than it did in my browser. Although I was quite impressed back in those days that they could render, you know, a 3D world like that in my fucking browser. It was pretty impressive. I've hit a wall. Okay, you've passed that character. You can give the chef a voice now. New voice. Welcome, newcomer. I am the Master Chef Lav.
I will teach you how to cook food truly fit for a king.
I already know how to cook. Brina just taught me. Dipshit.
Ha! You call that cooking? You're much more likely to burn your food if you cook on a log fire out in the open, shithead. You should cook at a range whenever you can. And also, you know, check out the weapons. Shoot at the run. I don't know. There was a good joke. I missed it. I tried to give myself extra time with the end also. I swung. Now I'm going to teach you the fine art of baking bread.
The Master Chef gives you an empty bucket and a pot of flour. Ooh, some pot.
Fill the bucket with the water from the sink, then use it to wet the flour into the dough, then bake the dough into the bread on my range.
Okay, so what did you just say? I was too busy reading it. Wet it, fill the bucket, then the dough with the bucket, and then the baking of the food. So where's the bucket? The bucket. Bucket, use bucket on sink. You fill the bucket from the sink, like a good little Ronin pawn. You flour and combine. Mix the water and flour for the bread, and then the bread onto it's an oven. Just call it an oven. No, the oven's the other part of it. No, it's not. Everything's an oven in America, is the thing. What? It was done instantly? How fucking hot is that range? Did I burn?
Ah, there's nothing like the smell of freshly baked bread. Or tearing up your throat with a gravelly character. Be sure to carry a little food with you on your adventures. If you're injured in combat, eating is the best way to feel better. You won't get better, but you know, you won't be hungry. There are all sorts of food you can cook with the right ingredients and a high enough temperature so that it happens fucking instantly. Pies, cake, stew is a good cook if you ever run into him. You can even churn cream and butter or brew your own mead.
Really? Doesn't seem like a cooking skill as much as a alcoholic skill.
You'll be a master chef before you know it. Now off to the next area with you. Bring me some cough lozenges from the lozenge trainer. Follow the paths to the home of the quest guide. And also, where are the drugs?
Over there. It's somewhere over there. It's off my mini-map. Go over in that general direction. Oh, God. My hands are getting tingly from the amount of air it was saying. No, don't do that way! Go that way, probably. Yeah, it's RuneScape, and it's Tutorial Island. You know what I always liked about RuneScape? They've got good, like, storytelling going on here. I'm not sure if it's an interactive experience or... Their quests are, like, really cheeky, you know, inside references and stuff. It's really cool. They've got a quest in the pay area that's like a banana boat theme, you know? The banana boat song. I think it's the banana boat, you know. Work all day and we drink the rum. Daylight come and me one go talk to the quest guide.
Ah, welcome, adventurer. I'm here to tell you all about quests. Let's start by opening the quest list.
He's a little bit dorky. That's why he does the paperwork thing, you know? It's just, they were like, now you could either kill things.
No.
You could be a cook.
I've always burned the shrimp the first time.
We could put a yellow exclamation point over your head and you'd stand here just reading lists of things.
That sounds like it's for me.
A quest name is red if you have not started it. When you have started a quest, it will change its color to yellow because it's a pussy and wet itself. It will show its progress, and to green when you've completed the quest. Okay. To find the start of a quest, he's not talking right now, it's just the interface. To find the start of a quest, look for the quest icon on your minimap. You'll usually start the quest by talking to someone nearish byish. Really? I'm just going to look for the quest icon. Okay. Okay, so will it not appear in the list until I'm near it then? What do you mean there?
Quests can vary greatly from collecting beads to hunting down dragons. I wouldn't do any of that if I were. I'd take a job as a quest giver if I were you. You have to experience the thrill of questing yourself to fully understand. So just bend over and we're gonna quest. You may find some adventures in the cave under my house. Bend over and climb down into the cave under my house for the adventures.
I'm going upstairs. I don't follow your rules.
Oh, you've gone to the bedroom, have you? The cheekier adventures always do that.
Is there anything in it? Could I read your books? Could I jump up and down on your Betty Bye? I can't. Alright, that was a waste of time. Thank you for giving me the ability to waste my time, though. I do appreciate that. Anything else in this room that I could... Could I steal a sword? It might be helpful once I go... No? Alright. Alright.
Goodbye, noble traveler. Thank you for the adventures under my house.
It looks all just like it used to, except way, way better. Churning butter and making wine are like the only things that don't cook instantly, says Bearshoot Lane. So no wine or butter. Got it. Carry on, my wayward son. Wait, what was that? Was that something I could have clicked on? Where am I going? I'm going to you. Talk to the mining instructor. Shit.
Greetings, my name is Jessic, and I'm a miner by trade. On either side of me are rocks containing tin and copper ore. Mine 2 tin ore and 2 copper ore. We're gonna smelt and smith a melee weapon for it.
Okay. I think I nailed it. Just gotta go in hard, you know. If you have any hesitation, it's not gonna work. What the... Critical swing! Good blow. Am I supposed to be mining this one? Why is this one all lit up and whatnot? There we go. I got some tin. Okay, how much tin did you want me to get? 9? The thing's still over it, so apparently more than 1. I'm getting XP as I go. Should I eat some food? I'm not feeling well. Alright, and then over to you. I see all of those were tin. I could have hit any of them. The color difference there? It's not very apparent, but okay, gray and orange. Right.
Critical swing! Nice blow, lad!
Now I've forgotten what the accent was. Oh, should I hit it over here because it's glowing? Glow! 4 times damage. Oh, right, because there's a cooldown on each rock, isn't there? So probably it's telling you hit the rock and then hit the next rock and then, yeah, don't waste your time on the same rock, I guess. Maybe.
You show the mining instructor that...
Oh, no. You show the mining instructor the tin and copper ore you mined.
Great! Great! A bronze pickaxe is the most inefficient. No. A bronze pickaxe is the most inefficient pickaxe available, but it's perfect for a beginner. I couldn't keep it up. The better the pickaxe you use, the faster you will get ore from the rock you're mining. Also, the better the pickaxe, the higher the mining level you require to wield it. I should actually read some of it, but I'm sort of just saying it aloud, and my head is spinning from the effort. So the faster you get the ore from the rock you're mining, if you use a better pickaxe, also higher the mining level required to... So why do I want to mine ore? You don't! No one does. You just kind of fall into it. Down that hole. He tells you it's adventurous, but it's just mining, and you're stuck here. You can use your smithing skill to smelt ore into metal, bars at a furnace. Then at an anvil, you smith the bars into melee weapons and armor worn by warriors. Furnaces are expensive to build and maintain, so there are not that many scattered around the world. I suggest when you find a furnace, you remember its location for future use. You can smelt tin and copper together to make bronze equipment. Simply take the ores required to make a metal to furnace, and then it's with the ores, and smelt them into the thing, and then the bars, and so forth and so on. So we go to the furnace, we throw ourselves directly... Oh shit, there's a whole overlay. And it's still too small. I need it bigger. Bigger, Jagex. At a furnace, you can smelt ores you've collected into metal bars and cast some bars into jewelry. The number of ores stored in your metal bank are listed here. I don't understand. What's a metal bank? The number of bars stored in your metal bank are listed here. So I don't have to carry the bars, I don't have to go to the bank. There's a amorphous metal bank. What are we talking about? Click here to deposit any ores you're carrying, including your ore box, into your metal bank. Really? There's just a bank of... Okay. Click here to smelt the chosen quantity of the chosen item. So... What was I gonna make? Was I supposed to make bronze and I just click begin project? I did. It takes 4 seconds. Jesus Christ, all the furnaces are really fucking hot. You should deposit your bars in the metal bank via furnace forge or anvil. So if I went back in here, and I got the bars that I made... Oh, but he's gonna make... He wants me to make a weapon. So surely I don't want them in the bank. So how do I make a weapon out of a bronze bar? When you use a metal bar on an anvil, you'll choose the item you want to smith. It's a shite state of affairs it is. As long as you have a high enough smithing level and the correct number of bars. That's how that works. Do you have any mead? The higher your smithing level, the better quality of metal you can work. You start off on bronze and work your way up as the smithing levels increases. Have you got any blow? Start by smithing a bronze dagger. He does sound as though he's going to sleep kind of as we talk. He's done this a number of times. Smith on the anvil. It opens up a menu. Core metals, masterwork, miscellaneous smithing, armor, weapons. So, bronze dagger. Begin project. Okay, it's hot over here. Unfinished smithing item. Your item has run out of heat. What? So if it came up and then it went away. If it's really hot when I use it, it'll happen faster or something? Because I'm still making it. Yeah? Do I have to... And then I heat it up... What? I did it! Anyway. The tutorial is missing some of the points that it's making. Is this guy bipolar? No, he's just very tired and drunk. Excellent! Now that you have a melee weapon, you're ready to learn about combat! Oh, maybe he is bipolar, I don't know. Into the combat. So this is a melee weapon? Alright. We'll meal it. We'll meal all over it. What's over here? Stuff they'll have you use later or not. Okay. Hey, you with the sword. Could I borrow it? I'll trade you this brand new bronze dagger. It's the first one I ever made. It's probably really high quality.
Hi, my name's Ronan Fawn.
Good for fucking you. Do I care? No, I don't. Are you gonna introduce yourself? To me, you're just another newcomer. Yeah, okay. Voice for this guy. To me, you're just another newcomer who thinks they're ready to fight. I'm really, my arms are tired from the talking. I am Vinaka, the greatest swordsman alive, which is why they've put me in this hole in the ground, showing noobs, just sort of telling them what to do. Wearing all of this really heavy, too. You'll do barely any damage with your bare hands. Let's start by wielding that butter knife you're carrying. Left-click the bronze dagger in your backpack to wield it. But you took me over here, so now I can't. I have to go back to my backpack, so left-click the dagger, and then over here is where it is. There's a better way to show that, Jagex. Right-click the combat settings cog on your action bar. Right-click it? And choose Setup Action Bar to fill your action bar with abilities you've unlocked. Abilities in the gold rectangle on your action bar are automatically used in combat. Okay. Right, in the, what? Right-click the combat settings, Setup Action Bar. Oh, I clicked Share Action Bar, Setup Action Bar. Now you're ready for combat. Attack a rat. You'll continue to fight each other until it's dead or you do something else. Like me dead? Me dead? Did he say right click or left click? Vanaka is an epic hero, but he pales in comparison to the stuff the player gets up to in late game quests. So is this just like his weekend gig then? Okay, it's just left click. So he comes out here and helps people out. Jesus! My dagger gets really fucking long. I should be a smith forever. I made a dagger that extends like 6 to 8 times its length on my first attempt. Holy shit. I'm awesome. I want the bones. I got the bones. This gate used to only let you in. Oh, fuck off. Yeah, but now okay. In the other one, it's fine. It's fine. Level 146. So yeah, he must be volunteering. You know what? He probably got into some trouble and this is like his community service. Well done, you've defeated your first monster. The fucking rats, good work. There's a lot of combat. Fuck. I wish I would have just taken the anger management. God. There's a lot more to combat, including the ranged and magic skills, but it's a bunch of bullshit, don't get into that. When you get to the mainland, you should check out the Combat Academy in Lumbridge, because that's where real men go. Oh, you're a woman. That's where real women go to menstruate, or whatever you people do. The Combat Academy is north of Lumbridge, Lodestone, near the general store. Kind of north of Lumbridge, Lodestone, near the general store. Okay, I'm just taking actual note of something. There are lessons about ranged combat, casting magic spells, the combat triangle. Okay, sex moves, managing adrenaline, sex moves and drugs, and more. For now, you're finished in this cave, so fuck off. Okay. Nice to meet you, 146 dude they stick in a cave and teaches noobs as they come by. Also, where are the other noobs? You know? There's supposed to be more noobs in here. I'm supposed to be seeing other people running around doing what I'm doing while I'm doing it. That was the experience of Tutorial Island back in the day. Talk to the financial... Are you fucking kidding me? Are you kidding me? I didn't come here to be a fucking accountant. I came here to have a mystical journey of magic runestones and shit. No. Money is useful. Let's see. What would a banker sound like without it having to hurt my throat? No, I was on the right track. Money is useful because you can buy items from the Grand Exchange if you don't want to craft them yourself. Gold coins are the currency of the human kingdom. Your coins are kept in your money pouch. Here's your money pouch. This is how you jiggle it. Which can be found under the loincloth, the backpack icon above your inventory. You currently have coins. No, I don't. I don't have coins. I'm guessing that's supposed to be 0. Jagex, it's the tutorial, get it right. You currently have 0 coins. That's what I meant to say. 0. There are 3 basic ways to make money. Skilling? Is that something that kids are into today? You wanna go out skilling with me? Skilling? It is skilling. Skilling? Combat and trading. Some people have work for an adventurer like you, and will reward you for completing quests. What? You don't know I'm an adventurer. Maybe I'm a skiller. Which I use my skillet on. Many enemies will drop items when they die. You can sell them to a general store or on the Grand Exchange in Barrack. By getting a high level in skills such as cooking, mining, smithing, or fishing, you can create or gather your own items and sell them for pure profit. You can only carry so many items in your backpack. You can deposit items you want to keep and not sell into your bank. Access the bank. No, I've got a bank. It's attached to the anvil back there. In the bank icon on the minimap. Yeah, I remember the banks. I was good at banking. I had a really good. So in my bank, I've got money. Give me my money. Withdraw all coins. Withdraw 50 coins, even though there were only 25. I've now got all my money. And I'm going to deposit 5 burnt shrimp. Killed it. Fucking crushed it, I did. You're very nearly finished. The prayer instructor would like to have a chat with you in the nearby church. Oh, fuck the vicars. Fuck the vicars. I actually, in WoW, my main character was a human priest. I very much liked healing people and touching them while they were in combat, and there was nothing they could do about it. What I really liked about the human priest in WoW, and they're releasing WoW Classic soon, aren't they? What I very much liked was, I built a character that was very much about my damage bubble, my reflection bubble, but had a whole bunch of stacking things. So basically, if you attacked me, you had to do thousands of points of damage to yourself before you could attack me. It was fun. I liked it. I can't get in there now. Hey, there you go. Talk to Vicar. Good day, brother. My name's Ronan Pawn. He's like, don't fucking try that shit on me, okay? You're not my brother until you shave your head into where it just goes around the side. That's what we do. You shave it or you're not in, alright? Sister. Let's see, what would a priest sound like? Hello, Ronan Pawn! No, a priest would sound like, hello, Ronan Pawn. I'm Brother Brace. I'm here to tell you all about prayer. It's really fucking boring, and we do it all day long.
Houston's voice for the preacher.
Houston's voice for the preacher? Okay. Yeah, that's alright. This is your prayer list. Prayers boost your effectiveness in combat as you increase your level in the prayer skill. You'll unlock more prayers. Click the prayer you wish to use to activate it, and click it again to deactivate it. And now you know everything you need to about God. Just click to activate His holiness. Active prayer will drain your prayer points. You recharge your prayer points by praying at an altar, usually found in a church. It sucks. Most enemies will drop bones when defeated. Pick up and bury bones to earn prayer experience. Do you have any coffee? I'm just trying to stay awake. This is just fucking tedious. I'm also the community officer around here, so it's my job to tell you about your friends and ignore lists. Oh shit, what has my life come to? You can add people to your friends list by clicking the add friend button, then typing in and then your friend will be there. Are there rules for how I should behave? Now, I don't fucking care. A god might, though. In general, always try to be courteous to others. Remember that adventurers like yourself are real people with real feelings. If you do go around being abusive or causing trouble, God will fuck you up. I'll keep that in mind. Peace be with you and what the fuck ever. Get out. Get out of my house. Wait, I want to use where's my prayers? So, is that, what is it? Prayer abilities. And then what have I got? Increase your defense rating. So if I increase my defense rating right now, oh, it's a turn on, turn off. I remember. Okay, so how do I pray? You click on the altar. I'm just gonna, there you go, just refilling my prayer abilities. Okay, and then he didn't mention bones, did he? Is burying bones not how you up your prayer skill in the game now? Or did he just not mention them? And where are the other players? I feel like I'm the only noob here. I mean, it's nice, to have sort of my own sauna, or my own spa day, really. Go around to all the people, they all interact with me in some way. None of it was a massage. This is actually the worst spa I've ever been to, if I'm honest. Oh shit. Hello. Good day, newcomer! No, I've run out of voices. I could do the max. Good day, newcomer. No. I was just at Julie's, right? Good day, newcomer. Your journey is nearly at its end. My name is Tarova. Before you leave for the mainland, I'm going to tell you a little about magic. Let's start by opening your spell book. Oh shit. This is a list of your spells.
Casting spells increases your magic skill and consumes runes which you carry in your backpack. You create runes with the rune crafting skill. With a low magic level, you can cast only the simplest spells, such as the airstrike. You must wield a magic weapon to cast combat spells. You'll begin your adventure in Lumbridge. Lumbridge is a quaint, welcoming town in the kingdom of Malastel, and I suggest you complete the Blood Pact quest in Lumbridge. It will reward you with melee, ranged, and magic weapons. Speak to Xenia in the Lumbridge Cemetery to begin. I'm going to deactivate the protective spells around this island so you can home teleport to Lumbridge using the Lodestone network. If you ever get lost, you can really teleport to a Lodestone you have discovered. You'll have a mentor when you arrive in Lumbridge to help you on the first few adventures. He's a dwarf called Goodacritical, who lives in a tavern. You should need guidance, but you'll be able to contact. You should need guidance? Fuck you! You'll be able to contact your mentor. A hint arrow has been added to your... And it fades away before you can even fucking read it. Okay, click here to open the Lodestone network map. What about shooting the chickens with my fucking magic staff, dick? That always click the Lodestone to teleport to your destination. You didn't give me any runes? Asshole! Cheap it out. This spa used to be a lot better. Click to teleport. Oh yeah, that's all it takes. Fucking chalk. You know, scratch your back a little bit, read a book. Not just because it's a long trip through the netherworld. You know, it seems instantaneous, but it's like 16 days, so you want to have a book. Is really what you want. He talked about bearing bones to train period. Did he? I don't know, I was just reading it. Also, if you want 1,000,000 coins once you're off Tutorial Island, just let me know. No. I gotta experience the game firsthand. No backseat game. That's a very good approximation of bad dubbing. Thank you. So, they want me to go where they want me to go. I'll just pick up all of these breadcrumbs one by one, and then we'll be there. Alright, I'm just gonna follow. Talk to Xenia in Lumbridge Grave. So if I just contact my mentor... What can I do for you? Jesus. What am I supposed to be doing? I'd like to ask you about... What am I supposed to be doing? Follow the fucking breadcrumbs, you idiot! To begin your quest... talk to Xenia in the Lumbridge Cemetery. Okay. Goodbye. Fuck off! He called me a lassie. That's... I think I'm in love with him. So, in the cemetery, rather, talk to Xenia. Oh shit, it's getting dark out. The zombies and skellies. I'm glad you'd come by. I need some help. Do you need some help finding the middle of the screen, Xenia? It's over here. Maybe like down there would be good. Who are you? My name is Xenia. I'm an adventurer. One of my eyes got knocked out, don't worry about it. I'm one of the old guard, I suppose. I helped found the Champions Guild, and I've done a fair few quests in my time. Now I'm lazy as fuck and want you to take care of it instead. So, how did you know who I am? Am I the chosen one of ancient lore and prophecy? Oh, I have my ways. You signed a form when you started playing the game. I get the feeling you're one to watch. You could be quite the hero someday or something or other. Am I the chosen? Yeah, sure, you're the chosen one. They're all the fucking chosen one. What help do you need? Some cultists of Zamorak have gone into the catacombs with a prisoner. I don't know what they're planning, but I'm pretty sure it's not a tea party. And if it is, I want some chamomile. Go there and fetch my chamomile. A little bit of cinnamon on top would be preferable if they have it. There are 3 of them, lumps of sugar that I want in my chamomile, and I'm not as young as the last time I was here. I don't want to go down there without backup. You're coming with me? I don't need your help, you old fuck. Where's that one? I need to know more before I help you. Very wise. I got into a lot of trouble in my youth by rushing in without knowing a situation. Also by making the text so small that I couldn't see that there was a period there. So tell me more about these cultists. Lumbridge is a Saradominist. Oh god. Where's RMAJ and Hologram 1? We're in your land.
Sarah Dominus Town, but there will always be some people drawn to a worship of Zamorak, the true Dark Lord. They must have found some ritual that they think will give them power over other people. For example, having all of the money, making the games, and then writing terms of service end-user agreements that fuck them over. That's all I really needed to know. Who did they kidnap? Fucked if I know. Woman named something. She just left Lumbridge to apprentice at the Wizard's Tower. Oh, I see. So maybe if I save her, this will lead to the Wizard's Tower, and then if I complete that, I'll learn another fucking woodsmithing thing. I think I see where you're going, game, and I love it. They grabbed her on the road without training. She didn't have a chance. So she's dead already. What are we even going to... Oh, right, the tea. Lumps of sugar. What's down there? I'm just keeping him talking. The catacombs of Lumbridge Church. The dead of Lumbridge have been buried there since 40 years now. The commission planning took a while. All right, enough questions. So will you help me, adventurer? Who are you? I love to ask him that at this point in the conversation. Who are you again? More. How did you know I'll help you? Okay. Left click the button to accept the quest, but you've grayed out what I need to read. Talk to Zenny in the graveyard. Zenny number 1, ambiguous. Like, their sexual orientation? I couldn't tell man or woman. I gave him a voice that was easier for me to do. Her, him, it, them. Must be able to defeat Lola. Accept the quest. I knew you would. Fucking weak-willed piece of shit. We got no time to lose. You head down the stairs, and I'll follow. Totally won't close the door. It's hazing ritual. Enter the catacombs by way of fade out. If you're confused, just ask. Sarah Domine is like God, Zamorak is like Satan, so I should worship Satan. Ooh, hello. Cutscene. Come on, Kaylee. We don't have forever. I think I'm gonna give all the bad guys like the best voices. They're gonna all be really positive about life and everything. Come on, Kaylee. We don't have forever. Make them spookier. Look, Reese, are you sure about this? There must be some other way we can... We made a blood pact, Kaylee. The 3 of us are in this all the way. Yes, but... Do we have to take this idiot? Yes, the blood pact. You read the book. My favorite author. Let me go. I didn't make any blood pact with... So I just reverse the roles. Shut up! Kaylee, you stay here. Guard the door. You come on. I love this delivery. I love it. Oh, use the mouse. I know, you just taught me this. I don't need to be told. B-movie actors will complete the quest. For further help, refer to the quest journal. Okay, so we're in here. Oh, is it fucking chess? Okay, to Knights 4. And then, Bishop to... Oh, fuck! Ah, I was tingled a little bit. 1 damage. It looks like I'm too old for this after all. You have to do the rest without me. Alright, that was more the voice. I've no doubt you're a skilled warrior, but I think I can help you make more of your talents by leaving you to fucking take care of this. Open the powers interface. This can be accessed from the ribbon or the escape menu. Accessed by pressing the escape key. Look for this symbol. Okay. Here you will find all your abilities and prayers. Success in combat depends on careful use of these powers. This interface allows you to add abilities to your action bar so you can use them in combat. Now you can use the slaughter ability in combat. Really? Now left click the overpower ability and drag it into your action bar. But it's grayed out. How would I know to do that? There you go. Some abilities can only be used with adrenaline, so make sure to take a lot of drugs. Remember, use a basic ability, you build up it's just the interface is too fucking small. Wait, can I size it? If I grab the corners? No. Okay. You will build up adrenaline. Once you have enough adrenaline, you can use threshold and ultimate abilities. Okay, got it.
I'll follow you, but I'll stay out of combat. Return to me if you're wounded. I have some food to
I make my own shrimp and fucking bread, thank you.
The first cultist is using a ranged weapon, so you should attack him with your
Melee. Xenia, I don't think that... Have you gotten senile in your old age? Tell me more about fuck off with you. So I've got that, and what's this? It doesn't, when I hover it doesn't say activate regenerate. Okay. And then you are just slice. Right, so just fucking attack. Run at him. Run at him. Well, he shoots you in the face with an arrow with your magic dagger that fucking extends 9 times the length of how you made it. Okay, so eventually I get enough adrenaline. I see it rising. It's there. There we go. Use your adrenaline to trigger the threshold ability. I didn't, and it took away my ability to do so. It automatically used it. Am I playing the game, Jagex? Am I involved here? I'll just... I mean, I know it's like a click and a sit and a wait and a manage your health kind of thing, but like the WoW experience is you actually click the buttons when it's time to click the buttons. Oh, I killed Kaylee. Damn it. Are you going to kill me? He's a good guy, right? Yes, now die. No, just give me your stuff and get out of here. I have some questions. Yes, I'll tell you anything. Who are you? My name is Kaylee. I'm a ranger. Well, I'd been practicing the charge bow. I guess I wasn't as good as I thought, since you fucked me up. Let's see. What were you planning to do down here? I don't really know, honestly. Listen, Reese used to be an acolyte at the church here. He discovered something about these catacombs. I don't know what. Something about how they were built, I think. Caitlin was a student at the Wizard's Tower. She found something too, in the ruins of the old tower, from back when Zamorakakikking wizards used it. Caitlin and Reese, put what they found together. They like to fuck. They said they'd discovered a ritual they could perform, something that could give them power over life and death. We made a blood pact, the 3 of us, so that we'd be in it together, whatever happened. Then we kidnapped... Oh, that's harder to say. Then we kidnapped Ilona. She was alone. She was another apprentice from the Wizard's Tower. Someone Caitlin had known there. Reese and Caitlin are going down there to perform the ritual. I don't know what it involves. Okay. Enough questions. Are you going to kill me now? No, just give me your stuff and get out of here. He seemed like a good enough bloke. I mean, the tenor of his voice.
I don't think that cultists will be any more trouble. I'm glad you didn't have to kill him. I think the second cultist was using magic. You should use a ranged weapon to defeat magic users. Ask me if you need any.
Okay, so I'll take the bow, the charge bow. Yeah, and then left click it to equip it. Got it. Okay, so it swapped out my dagger for my bow. Open the powers interface. Okay, and then with the ranged abilities, these are your ranged abilities. Left click the piercing shot and drag it to your action bar. Okay, got it. Now I can use it in combat. We're good, we're ready to go. Where's the next room?
Open the tomb door.
Yeah, hello Rax, I see you. It's just not, the chat isn't working today for some reason. The only way to scale the UI is in the gear or escape menu. You have Revolution turned on, which automatically cycles through available abilities. You can go into a full manual mode. Okay. Did I turn that on? Maybe they eventually teach me how to turn it off? I'm not criticizing Jagex for their tutorial. But I can change the UI in the gear bottom right or escape menu. Escape. Edit layout mode. Oh, so it wasn't working with escape before, but now I've played enough of it that I can change it. RS3 default. Can I... Advanced options. I can't scale it? That's all I want to do is scale it. Can I scale it? Only way to scale the UI. Okay. RS3, RS2, default. RS3. It's all too small. Retro. I think I like the retro better, first off. Advanced options. Preset options? Advanced options. Can I then scale it from here because I'm like in the you can change shit menu? It's very hard to get the grab on the edge, and then I got it, and I can't. Alright. Save. Are you sure you wish to save your active layout? Sure. I think I like this better. I don't know. Contact my mentor? No, I'm fine. So the magic user. Oh, it automatically even attacked for me. I didn't even have to click anything. It's just... game is just playing itself. Okay. Hey, it's just that kind of game point, or at least it can be, where you just kind of, like, walk your character around and everything happens. Is it an interactive experience, or is it a game? Who's to say? We're kind of in the gray area. What? Oh, did you stun me or something? Because I'm still good on the health, right? Yeah, 961 out of 1,000. I'm way OP for this thing. Caitlin, you've fallen. Mwahahahaha. I got purple hearts. Well done. Xenia, for the fuck's sake, put your messages on screen. Well done. You'll need to open the gates to reach the other gallery. There should be a winch nearby. Hey, what did you just call me? Hey, she may have shot magic at me. She's not a winch. We need to open the gates, and there's a winch somewhere. Winch. Operate the winch. Nice 3D, the depth of the two stories. That's good. It's a nice addition to these levels. In here. Up. Okay. Apparently just right over here. Unless, can I roll the pots? Is it Dark Souls? If there's pot rolling, I need to know about it. I'm more of a vape kind of a guy. I don't really roll, but, what are you waiting for? Finish me! I'm not killing you, just give me this, I don't have any questions. Yeah, I have some questions. What? What were you planning? Yeah, what were you planning to do down here? Idiot hero! You don't even know what this place is, do you? This is the tomb of Dragath Nirn. Dragath Nirn was a necromancer. He lived in Lumbridge decades ago. He kept his necromancy secret. Everyone thought he was just a wealthy nobleman and wizard. He paid for these catacombs to be built, and he's interred here in a special tomb. Reese was an acolyte here at the church. He learned that Dragath Nirn was buried here. I was a student at the Wizard's Tower in the library. I discovered a note left by Dragath Nirn. The body of a necromancer contains powerful magic. We learned we could perform a ritual on his tomb to unlock the secrets of his work. We would have gained mastery over life and death. But you fucked it up. Thanks for that, asshole. Enough questions. Alright, now finish me! I'm not gonna kill you, just give me your stuff and get out of here. Let's see the need to kill them. I'm not getting any stuff, though. Am I getting coins or something? Where are the coins listed? Where's my money? No, I still got 25 coins. They keep giving me their stuff. Oh, she left it on the ground, right. I think the third cultist was a swordsman. Magic is the best thing to use against melee fighters. Speak to me if you need any help. Okay. I think I clicked over a message there kind of automatically. Alright, clicked on the thing to equip that, and then over to the powers thing, and then with the magic abilities, right, and then drag this onto there, and then now I can do the thing, and okay. I'm gonna go down on the right side. They never see you coming from the right. They're always watching the left really, really hard, but it's the right that they don't. I didn't click on the stairs, I just walked near them. The potion is ready. Where are the others? The whole group should be present. See how nice he is? He's thinking of everybody else. Let me go! Shut up! Who are you? What are you doing here? Let's see. My name is Ronan Pawn. I'm an adventurer. I'm Ronan Pawn. Don't worry. Ilona, I'm here to rescue you. I let both the others live. This doesn't have to end in violence. I'm your worst nightmare, Zamorak. I let the others live.
They were weak. Zamorak will turn his face from them, but he will smile on me when I offer him your blood.
Okay. Oh, right, because he's melee. So I'm supposed to, like, fucking stay away or something? Can I run? If I run to the other side of the room, and then turn back, and then attack. Fucking attack! You do it automatically until I need the distance and shit? Alright. What am I doing? What's going on? Should I be running from him? Do I have to click on him to attack him? Oh, okay, I'm just doing a little zappy thing that because he's near me, it hits him for the hard. Alright, just run to the other side of the room. Run to the other side of the room, and then turn and attack. There you go. And then turn and attack. Jesus, it's hard to do this. Zoom out some more, and then turn and attack. Yeah, I got him. Eat that, Reese.
You've beaten me, adventurer. Now, strike the final blow. End the blood pact in this tomb.
I'm not killing you. Give me your stuff.
No, there must be a death. The blood pact must be complete.
But that wasn't a very bloody death, is the thing. Oh, they wanted me to kill him, and then his great, now I have to kill the evil boss. Warrior dropped his weapon. Left click, yeah, I did. Now that's twice that I've done it. Help, untie me so we can get out of here. No, I'm good. I'm just gonna put the swords on. There we go. I'm dual wielding now. And then if I were to go over here, do I have like dually wieldy kind of things that I can do? Nah, it's still just the slice. Still just Slicey McSlicer. Okay. Untie Ilona. Are you ready to return to the surface? No. No. You wait there, hon. I got more important things to do. More important things to do. Okay? I'm going downstairs. Downstairs. Going down the stairs. Just heading downstairs. Watch me go down to the stairs. There are no stairs to go down. This game is a lie. Bullshit. Oh, watch out for those necrophiliacs. Akimbo, a slice. Slice! No, with the big swords you've got on your back. Dipshit. Alright. Thank the gods we're out. I thought I was going to die down there. I'm gonna make, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna make all of the bad guys sound like good guys, and make all of the people that we're saving sound really bored. You saved my life, whoever you are. Thank you.
Well, adventurer, it looks like you have prevailed. You should keep the cultist weapons as a reward.
You think I was giving them to you? Is there anything you want to ask me before you seek out new adventures? I'm ready for my reward.
Farewell, adventurer.
Hey, I completed the blood pact. I caused a great evil to be unleashed upon the world, apparently, because someone died and I didn't prevent him from suiciding himself. So, ooh, look, people are doing things elsewhere. I get 1 quest point, 100 attack, strength, defense, ranged, magic XP lamp. I get a magic XP lamp. Does it burn my magic experience as fuel? What? Reese's main hand and offhand sword. Yeah, it's the charge bow, Caitlin's staff. That's what I got while I was on the mission. What do I get after it? Access to the Lumbridge Catacombs dungeon? Yeah, because I've been there. 2 treasure hunter keys. And the experience. Alright, so basically nothing. 2 keys and nothing.
You have earned the Pathfinder.
Oh, there we go. And the Pathfinder jacket. Oh, cool. I get to immediately cover over the character who I spent 15 minutes at the beginning of the game choosing what she looked like. An XP lamp which can be rubbed to increase. Okay. Now I remember these now. A hint arrow has been added to your map. Click here to open the Lodestone Network map. And then what? Click this Lodestone to teleport to Varric. What if I don't want to go to Varric? I have to because the story takes me there because it's the place where the students came from or something. Where Ilona was kidnapped or I don't know. Nice choice, voice actor. A hint arrow has been added to your minimap. Cool. for where I'm supposed to go. I see it. I see the hint. This is Varric. I remember Varric. So this is your TP load-in area. I'm trying to like get a sense of where in Varric this is. So the town square is up there, and then if you go straight and then you go left, and then over there there's like some stuff with rats, I think, and then over here there was a over there there's a Romeo and Juliet thing. Yeah. So this is what Varric looks like now, huh? It's a windmill on the horizon. Is this the north end of Varric then? Maybe I've got this wrong. Maybe this is north end. No, it says south on the map, doesn't it? Does it? Or am I just... because that's the way I'm facing it, doesn't say south. Yeah, no, this is the south end and we're headed north? No, we're heading south and this is the... okay, I don't know. Carry on. Carry on. Take me to wherever that is. Take me to town square. Look at the, skivvies hanging. Oh, shit, I got too close. The skivvies. Oh, right, and this is the... yep, the shop. I know the shoppy. The shopy. And then that one... I remember this, and then up there's where you kill the rats. Sewers back here. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah, I know this. I know this. What are we doing? Talk to Gideon Blade in the church east of... I don't need to speak to a mentor. I don't have a mentor, okay? I've got breadcrumbs. I got fucking auto-dealing. Just if something shoots me, I automatically attack it. I don't have to touch the keys. I'm pretty sure I don't need a mentor in addition to all of the ways that I'm not playing the game. Go. So this is actually taking me out toward the, where you enter the wild area. Okay, so the wild lands are like up there where you can do combat against other players and shit, if I recall correctly. What?
In the name of Saradomin, I beseech you, assist me.
I have come to this place seeking a dangerous fugitive. He has stolen a formidable demonic tome, one that could spell the end of the entire city. Help me to stop him, please. Okay, talk to Gideon Bede. I did. Okay. Quest, series, and age. 5th age. Parachute Lane wants to give me the 1,000,000 coins now. Why? Because I'm in the main world? No, I don't want 1,000,000 coins. I'm never going to play this again. In 2014, this quest replaced 2001. That's interesting. So, in the game, they tell you the history of the quest before you play it. Interesting choice. They know their audience. It's people who've already played the game coming back to it. You must defeat several cultists and a powerful demon. Click to show the required items. Click to show the rewards. Oh, okay. So maybe I don't want to know the rewards, and then it's always a fun thing. Alright, accept the quest, whatever it is. You'll help praise Saradomin. I knew you looked righteous. We don't have much time, so listen carefully. I do look righteous. I didn't put on any of that armor that I got, because it would have totally screwed up my image. I am pursuing Dunath, a dangerous and unstable wizard. Dunath infiltrated Edgeville Monastery. Wow, the names. And stole a tome of demonology from my order. I was expecting delivery from Amazon. Totally screwed up the rest of my order. The book was once used to summon Delrith. Delrith? I can't see because you made all the text so fucking small on my 1080 screen, Jagex. An ancient demon from the infernal dimensions. Delrith has the power to demolish cities and shit, and is impervious to all forms of attack save one, the Holy Sword of Silverlight. So Microsoft now owns Jagex? This sucks. Silverlight rests in the crypt beneath this very church, watched over by the spirits of its former owners. I can't go down there and take it because they don't like, ever since I did the high white walls thing, they just won't even talk to me. I've tracked Dadath to the city, but I lost his trail. Will I hunt him down? I need you to retrieve the sword. Should Delrith return to this world, Silverlight will probably just go back to Flash. It was better. Click down the trapdoor to the south to enter the crypt beneath this church and retrieve Macromedia. Alright, who are you? Tell me about Danath. Tell me about the thing. Tell me about... So it's goodbye. Nice to have you. I am done. I'm just like, this is where I'm gonna stop. I'm done with voices today. I don't want to take an actual mission. I just wanted the tutorials. Just sleeping in church. Well, what else would you do here, I suppose? I'm just gonna pray at the altar. You know, I should up my my gods like me quality. So is this where you actually go under and start into the sewers and the rats and stuff? No, it's not. It's a different kind of a thing. Yeah, I'm tired. I'm very, very tired. You know, all of the talking about end user license agreements and terms of service things, it took it out of me. I'm done for the day. It's RuneScape. It's the old RuneScape, and I'm sure it gets a lot better from here because, you know, now the training wheels are kind of off. I don't know. I'm like, maybe. That's where I stand on it after coming back to the tutorial. I mean, the graphics are a lot better, smoother, nicer, all that kind of stuff, but, exit the lobby, log out. Are you sure you want to log out? Log out. If you go to a in and log out, then I don't know if any of that applies anymore. So I don't know if that ever applied. Probably not. Leave the game via the button that's just a back icon instead of an X. Oh, RuneScape. Yeah, my take on it after coming back to it. It's RuneScape. It's still RuneScape. Just, you know, the little things actually do add up for me on the enjoyability there. The UI being such a small scale and I, you know, squinting to kind of see what it is that I'm reading and the interface being so small, you know, it's like your graphics in this game are much better than they used to be. They're not so good as you need to make it hard to interact with the game in order to make sure that we can see as much of them as possible. They're not that good. So, you know, put that fucking action bar big enough for me to be able to see it at the bottom. Nice big bar, backpack, nice big thing, text, legible font. I couldn't figure out how to scale it up. I'm surprised that they chose that font in the first place. It seems like, thank you, Zorglob, it seems like they're still thinking that people will be playing this on a 720p screen or something. You know, like, come on. Come on, man. Yeah, that and the fact that the game was playing itself for me by default. Didn't like that, you know. I mean, but it's RuneScape. It's definitely RuneScape. It's still RuneScape, everybody. Not to yuck anybody's yum. Just those are like that complaint. I really bad UI like that. Not necessarily bad UI, but for me, bad UI. When it's just really small and stuff. I never like that, and it has turned me off to games that otherwise might have been good just by encountering that bad UI where it's just like little tiny shit. Just here's the action you'll be taking. Click on that action. If you need to change the settings, click on this little tiny little. You know, it either makes it look like it's more complex than it is, because there's so many little buttons and it feels intimidating, or it's not, you know. It's a game. Show me the buttons. Show me so that I can look at it and know what it is. You know, I could barely tell that the little slash icon was of a very short dagger squeezed into 16 pixels by 16 pixels space. But yeah, I've been turned off of other like MMORPGs, like massive games that got in. It's like it's got all this flair and all this character, but all of the interfaces are just sort of strewn about the screen so that you can choose where you want to have them. So when you first load them up, it's like kind of everywhere, by which I mean there's no guidance as to what would make the most sense. We didn't think about how you'll interact with our interface, so figure it out for your fucking self. And then if it's too small, like I'm saying, then it's just like, what am I looking at? What's the next button to press? I can't get into them. But if I can figure out a way to scale it up, then maybe RuneScape is RuneScape. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank you for coming out to the live stream. I've blown out my throat doing a bunch of stupid voices that weren't very good, and we played some RuneScape today. Next live stream will be this Friday at 4 p.m. I don't know what it'll be, but honestly, probably not RuneScape. You know, by the end of the experience, it's like, meh. It's meh. It's just meh. I'm not against it. I'm not for it. It's just meh. It's just meh. I think maybe like classic RuneScape, there was some kind of charm to the interface and stuff like that really sucked you in, and you got into like clicking on the rocks for mining and stuff. And I felt like the first time you played the old RuneScape, like the tutorial shit got hands off a lot quicker than this. You know, like, you went through Tutorial Island, and then you were just in the city, and you walk around, and there were, like, maybe it was on the mini-map where you'd find quest givers, and you'd just find them, and you'd walk to them, and, you know, say hello, and then you'd have a quest to go and do. and it was just open worldish. And they went through the tutorial island, and then they went through an entire tutorial mission that led to now go to Varric instead of hanging out in Lumbridge. And now here's another mission that we're like directing you to do. And I don't know, if they would just get their fucking hands off of it and let me go off onto the river and start hitting wood and making, leveling up my fucking fire making skills and all that kind of shit. I feel like that would be, they had something back there, and that's... I don't remember the tutorial doing all of that shit. Maybe it did, but it's very hands-on is my experience that I just had there, and it's a little bit too hands-on. Like, you got a great big world with a million different options to explore, and no matter which direction I turn, I'm going to run into one of them. Just let it do its thing, Zerglab Turing 25. Now wait 3 years and play the tutorial again, says Zerglab. I wasn't paying close enough attention. Did they force you to do the Blood Pact? The UI scale is just as bad in old school, to be honest. Really? I don't remember it being a problem. He quit playing. The whether or not they forced me to do Blood Pact or not, I dropped into the world and they laid down like fucking breadcrumbs, and the experience that I just went through was very much like, here, do the tutorial island. Now you're in the wide world. Follow this line to the place we tell you. Talk to this person. Go do that mission. You're done with that mission. Now go to Varric. I mean, it popped up an overlay and told me, now go to Varric. Click here to go to Varric. What if I want to be in Lumbridge for a bit? I don't know. Yeah, it didn't grab me the way that it grabbed me the first time that I played it, and the first time that I did play it, I played it to level goddamn who knows what, 50 something, or maybe it was 110. I don't even remember how the leveling system used to work, but I remember focusing heavily on mining and runes as well, which was really difficult once you got up to the higher level runes. It was really hard to get to like level 40, level 50 runes. I remember there being a certain rune in particular that was just a son of a bitch, and you needed tons of them. It was like a question mark rune or something like that. I feel like it was represented by some kind, like a question mark or something. And you needed a shit ton of them to move up, and it was just a grind and a half to come up with them, however it was that you were supposed to come up with them. I don't even remember how it worked. But yeah, I think I remember the glory days of playing RuneScape was very much about just being dropped into a very, neat little world that was lighthearted. That's another thing that didn't really come up in these opening tutorials. The lightheartedness of the world. There was a Romeo and Juliet mission. I'm sure it's all still in there, but they didn't show it off in this first hour of gameplay that I took an hour and a half or however long. They didn't really show it off, did they? That they have a sense of humor to it. We went through a line of very straightforward tutorials. They didn't even let me use my magic attack on the chickens in the wizard thing. Apparently because then they were going to do the Blood Pact mission, which would teach me one by one how to use each fucking weapon. Well, actually, the game was taking the shots for me. Yeah, I think RuneScape just went way too fucking hands-on and lost I think it got too much up its own ass, probably. The fact that you click on the quests, and the quests actually tell you the history of when the quest was integrated into the game is that information that you want front and forward? Like, before you get to what the quest is actually going to be, you're like, this quest was founded in 1993 by Dave Thomas just after making Wendy's. It was, it seems like it's a little bit too much up its own ass and into its own lore. And the fun of the game, back then was going on all these little missions that were, there was some RuneScape lore that was original, but most of the RuneScape lore was all borrowed from other stuff, and it was, fun. Just jumping into, and it was fun getting halfway through a mission and realizing, oh, this is a joke on a fucking, children's fairy tale. I remember that fairy tale, and now for the past 20 minutes I've been doing that fairy tale. That was the fun of RuneScape, and it's not a good introduction, what they've just done there, and I don't like the user interface. I don't like that the quest is telling you about the history of the quest, putting that first and foremost. Yeah. Maybe classic RuneScape. Maybe classic is the way to go there. What about the terms of service and the end user licenses, Arglob? Fucking miserable. Miserable! You know, they now have the right to that. They had the right to force the last person to kill themselves, even when I chose not to kill them, and then a thing happened that opened a casket, and then there was stairs, but nothing came out of it, and I couldn't go down the stairs, and nothing seemed to... just nothing happened there. Interesting story. Very interesting opening quest, really. Talk about Taco Bell, says Jermaine. Taco Bell. I haven't had it in so long, it would actually be good. I would actually like to... Thanks, Jermaine. Now I want Taco Bell. I want a big, you know, those burritos that are just like, whatever they call them, mega, ultra, grande, super burrito. Chicken. I want one of those, you know, without the beef, though, just because I'm vegetarian, so you get like the giant fucking but it's just beans and rice and stuff. Thanks. Now I'm hungry for Taco Bell, of all things. And the nearest Taco Bell is it's over on Woodward. It's 4 miles away. I can't be bothered. Ruined by runes, Zorglob, I was. It was a lot of... And there was just so much to do. You go up to the wild area where you compete with other players. You go down to the thing. It was hands off. You just got into it and you explored and you had all these little ticks of different skills that, you know, it was entertaining to a very grindy way just to like see your skill level go up. And, you know, I'm going to chop ash wood and then I'll make out of that. And that'll increase my fire making skill, which will make it better for when I cook on the... And then I'm going to fish and then stand by a river, you know, making campfires and fishing for an hour and a half next to like 52 other people who were also doing it. That was the fun of RuneScape, not hand-holding, you know, telling me all about the backstory and the lore of RuneScape. Actually, in RuneScape 3, they removed Romeo and Juliet. Really? Fuck! Yeah, they got their heads way up their asses. Now it's... Yeah, I don't know. I just played... But that's my sense. I mean, that was the opening. That's what I get as a player who used to play, coming back to it, is where's the heart? Where's the fun, the lightheartedness, the jokiness, you know? Where's the fucking wizard tower that I think the game started at? You like left Tutorial Island and you went to a wizard tower and something, and there were like trees and then you'd be there and then I remember there being a wizard tower. Maybe that's where you went to learn how to make runes. Yeah. I don't know, it just felt like the game evolved very naturally back in the day and didn't feel like it was forcing me to go someplace. And maybe I was able to not go and do the things that they wanted me to do in this version of the game, but it never made me feel as though I had that opportunity. So I would have had to break out of what was very clearly the planned gameplay in order to start experiencing the game the way that I wanted to. It was good as an open world, non-linear experience. Your girlfriend was there with a block of Minecraft TNT and boom, thunder. Wizard Tower is still there. It's much bigger and prettier, too. I'll bet it is. But I swear, like, the beginning of the game, I thought it started out with something to do with Wizard Tower. Like, maybe that's how you got off of Tutorial Island? You got teleported to Wizard Tower, and then the wizard there taught you about, like, helped you make your first runes, and then you walked out of the front door of Wizard Tower into the mainland, and then it was kind of, there wasn't a lot to see, and then you made your way to Lumbridge, or maybe I'm wrong about that. Maybe they just dropped you in Lumbridge. I just remember walking around in circles and exploring and finding new shit and finding cool shit to do, and then the windmills on the side of the road that you'd go in and you'd grab the wheat and, you know, you'd put the wheat up there, process it, and thresh it into flour, and it was just... Everything that you did in the game was something that felt like you were discovering it, you know, you were discovering it, even though you were surrounded by, you know, 100 other people who were also discovering it. And that was not what they just did there. You know, they just hands on crotch the whole time. There's a way to turn off the waypoint thing, the dotted lines, but not a way to scale the text up. Yeah, I just don't think it, I think they fucked it. They've fucked the introduction anyway, and if you fuck the introduction, then who's going to read the rest of the book? You know, you gotta be Herman Hesse to get away with that shit. I read 50 to 100 pages of Herman Hesse being boring as shit, saying stuff that didn't matter to me at all, just because I knew that Herman Hesse was going somewhere, and then I got to the book. If you're Herman Hesse, you can do that. RuneScape, you done fucked it up. Which I guess is why they still have RuneScape Classic, because a lot of people are probably told them, you done fucked it up. What are you doing? Put it back. Old school is charming. I don't play modern RuneScape since I'm maxed in all the skills, says very suitably. Yeah, I think they fucked it up. They missed like what was good about it, and they lead new players and old players who are coming back to it in the wrong direction. That's my take. Ronan Pawn's hot take. RuneScape, Jagex, modern version. You fucked it up. And you copy-pasted it. How did you fuck up a copy-paste? We'll be back here this Friday at 4 p.m. Eastern with more Pawn takes, hot as they are. Pawn out!
Singing, la 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 la.